Alright guys, welcome back. We just finished the video and we just decided we're going to continue on the additional page that we wanted to go on, which is the Nations League for the Jamaica national team. And at the start we have to put it first. Who you think you would pick in the Nations League squad? We are going to go over to the Mexico roster, which is very much important. So you can see the strength of that roster, the importance of the game, which is very much important as well. All right, so we have a lot of things, so we have to chop up. So make sure as you come in to let me know your thoughts. All right, yes, let me know your thoughts. I am trying to make sure I can see your comments so I can give you your shout out. All right, yes, let me make sure I put it right there. Yes, so let me give you the facts. The facts is that we played 2 games against Trinidad to make sure we could find whoever is good enough to add to the Jamaica national team. We had a few problems here and there, where in which players got injured and carry niggles, so drop that would actually drop some of the players out and add additional pieces in. All right, we saw Jamaica, Jason Guna in the building, Nico G in the building. Massive respect. All right, let me know if you guys are hearing me well. Just put a thumbs up, and we know that's good. All right, yes, I am just having some little difficulties here, so I have to make sure I can get it sorted out, which is not a problem. Yes, it's not a problem. Once we get it here, the chat. All right, so no, let me take out the chat doc. Yes. All right, so everyone can hear me well. All right, good. All right, that's good. So we put right there at the start, as you could see, a few players that people talked about. We're going to detail them, see what they really offered throughout the tournament, and stuff, and see if it makes sense to bring them on. All right, yes. So as you can see here in the title, we had Hutchinson, Lambikisa, and Whisper we put on the listing because obviously I thought when they were first coming in, they had Lambikisa and Hutchinson on their list to say that they would have actually brought them here, which makes perfect sense because the quality of the players them and where they're coming from and what we have to work with. A combination of all 3 to 4 things put together makes these guys almost sure to pick to start from if you're saying that you're going to go for young players. All right, so Sadna, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Gang Starkin said Jamaican boy, everyone say Whisper don't do anything, but we are the midfield. No, the all on the Gang Starker. We take our time, we work off facts. So if Whisper does something, we're gonna say what the guy did. We are not here to eat, and nobody are not here to send any message. All right, yes, we are just here to do our job. All right, so don't worry yourself. We are going to give you your time for your player. It's not a problem. We are not that dude. All right, yeah man, so don't worry yourself. All right. So we showcased almost every player in the entire seeding. Let me give you some of the names, which we are going to put them on the list right here, so you could get to see them, so you can follow the conversation. Yes. All right, and then we will go on and pick the next Nations League roster because it's good when we do it that way, so you can get to put in you can get to know all of the players them. All right, yes. So we had goalkeepers. We had Bernard, Akeem Bernard, a Maninko player that's linked with Phoenix. We had Asha Hutchinson, should come in from Arnett, right? We had Jamali Wheat and we have Kemar Foster that came in from Waterhouse. All right, so those are the four goalkeepers featured, not featured, but was listed over 2 games. Two of those goalkeepers, no. 2 of those goalkeepers featured, yes, because Kemar Foster played the entire game the first time, and this time Jamali Wheat and also Kemar Foster featured in the second one. So 2 out of the 4 featured. So maybe the coaches might not necessarily think that they needed to go advance on the goalkeepers. For reason's sake, we had more goalkeepers to our listing. To be honest, we have more goalkeepers to our listing. We have Clark that played in the U20s, located in England. We have Barnes. We have Amal Knight. So those are a good amount of extra goalkeepers. All right, those are a good amount of extra goalkeepers. So maybe that's why they saw it not really fit to say that maybe we won't give Hutchinson them the extra game or Bernard the extra game. Bernard never even suited up for the last game. All right, so that is the situation at hand there. So let me put them right here for you, because we're going to even try and drop the pool to 55 players. So we're going to put the players here and the players that we think will be picking for Mexico game. So make it easier so people can follow the conversation. All right. Yes. So we have Akeem Bernard. All right. That's one keeper here. We have Wait. Then we have Hutchinson. We have Hutchinson in goal. Hutchinson in goal. And then we have Foster as well. Foster. That got the most looking. All right, so Foster in that. So those are the 4 goalkeepers already set. In the defensive department, we have Thomas that had a lot of game in and around the national team. We had Sule Makala. All right, we had Topi, which is a person that's around the national team. We had the King, a next person that's around the national team, played a few international well. All right, yes. And then we had inclusion first time, Lembikisa. Lembikisa, one second guys, just trying to get it for your ear. Lembikisa. All right, yeah, and then you had Staple. Staple is the next guy that people rate highly. So and I can say that he showed some promising signs. So Staple is one that we had it right here. And then we have our veteran, Mr. Mariappa. All right, our veteran Mariappa in the team. So that's Mariappa right there. So those are the individuals in the defensive department. I think yes. So we have what? Yes, I think that is it. And in midfield now you had some additional pieces. Angling from Arbor View. You had Phillips came in. Yes. You had second time playing for the national team, Hutchinson, because he played in Catalonia. So Hutchinson came in. You had Ravel as well, Ravel Morrison. Yes, and then the additional pieces that actually impressed, which are local players. You had Busy, that's Atkinson, played only the first game. You had Lamar Walker came in. He's actually a personnel that's always around the national team, so that's nothing much new. Then you had what's the name of the additional forward there? You had the additional defensive midfielder. I will put his name right in. You have Splatt. Let me put Splatt here. So you have Splatt in midfield. Splatt. And you had one more midfielder that I need to put in the team. Yes, so you had Splatt in it. I will add that one more midfielder. In the forward line now, let me put in those guys. Anderson. You have Fletcher. Then you have Dujuan, Whisper, Richards. All right, so you have Dujuan, Whisper, Richards. You have Chavante Stewart. And you have Stewart, and you have Tyler Roberts. All right. Roberts. Yes, so I think we only missed out one player. RV. We had RV in midfield. RV is the midfielder we are looking for. RV in Alwyn RV. Alwyn Wayne RV. All right. So those are the individuals that we want to add in the team. All right. So this is the team that we had so far. All right. Let me make sure we can get our jersey up and running. For main color, bam. Third color, bam. And second color, bam, and we are good. All right, so that looks much more nicer, guys. All right, yes. So let me go through the comment section. Guys, as you come in, make sure to smash the like button. El Padrino, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Jamaican boy. We need player who can make through pass for Whisper. YJFF can't call Mason and Gray. All right. Kevin, big up yourself. Danica Knight, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Javan. Wilson said, I watched Iceland play 2018 and they play good. Maybe the coach have a plan. Yes, they have a plan. That's why he got the job. We just don't know the plan, and that's why we have to always come up with ideas. So when you see the plan or see something closer to it, you are much more comfortable and having that conversation. That is the whole purpose, or should be the purpose of we talking football. You understand me? Yes, that should be the purpose of we talking football. To be honest, you get me? Yes, that should always be the purpose. Yes. But we're gonna get through it. You live again? No. I just finished off. I never finished it, so I wanted to finish it off, but I wanted to add something addition to it. All right. I saw some promising signs of some of the young players. All right. Blake Hilton says, bless up JD. I did all my meetings already, so I will be listening. All right. Thank you very much, Big Boss. Massive respect for the support. All right. Yeah, man. Thanks for that. All right. Yes. Let me share this 1 second because I haven't shared it. Yes, so people can turn up. All right. And here. All right. This one will be a 2-hour stream, just like what we normally do. All right. Yes, so everyone can get their opportunity to speak after, because I might, if I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna come back in the night. You get me? Yeah, so that's why. It's just the time that I do have. I try to make something of it. All right. So hope you do understand. Yes, I'm live. At for 1 second, guys. Just sharing that. All right, so we good now. We good now. All right, Johannes, big up JD. Want you and your team doing the commentary on last night? Okay, no, but I was not doing any commentary because I never had a game, so that's why. Owen, big up yourself, thanks for being here. But I definitely, if I want to do commentary, I could do it as well. There were 3 Jamaican teams yesterday. Whisper, the team of the oneself. Team 2 domestic players stuck in neutral gear. 3 international players stuck in first gear. Oh my God, that is coming from Eagle Republic. All right, still Omari and any 10. So now we should call up players for Whisper. Laugh up loud. No man, people that say the piece. We are having a conversation. So let me just have the conversation and not. We don't want to be a bully as well, Big Boss. Alright, let me show the respect. Alright, yeah man. Oh my days. Here, show them give man. Alright, doing. Big up yourself, man. The man them come back. Stefan, real youth, Stefan. Big up yourself. Can't say nothing more. Real youth, Stefan. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. El Padrino, big up yourself. Alright, so anyways, these are the individuals that we saw. Akeem Bernard never got any game. People said that he impressed in training, so clearly even people have information on training. You understand me? I don't know how they do these things, but the 6 is real when it come on to it's people giving you information to force certain things. So we don't know nothing about him, and we are hoping to see him. All right, we saw him in the Manning Cup. He was not all that. That's what people sold it to me. All right, I saw him and he's okay, Yeah, but he's not this sensational goalkeeper like how you have Whisper as a sensational 17-year-old player. He's not that. All right. So obviously he has time to grow, and I think people should leave him to grow. Thomas, I think Thomas never did himself any justice yesterday, so I don't think Thomas would be in contention, even though we have Greg Lee. Greg Lee having problems. I think Thomas will not get that spot, to be honest. I will explain to you later in the story why I think Thomas will not get the spot, even if we don't have the additional outer note second left back. All right. Sule Makala, he struggled as well in the first game. So I think that might write him off as well. Tope did not do himself any favors at all. He did not do himself any favors in this one. King showed some sign. Out of all of them, I think maybe it's King they are going to still put in, because they believe that he might could do more than the others. All right, I am not 100% saying that's true. You get me? I am not 100% saying that's true, but I want to say that might be the case at this point. All right? Yes. Mariapa, he's there for more than one reason. He's there for guidance, but in the Mexico team, you're not going to need people for guidance. You have enough quality, so you don't need people for guidance, to be honest. What say you? You don't need people for guidance. You have older players there that can pull your own weight. That's why it's a national team. All right, so Mariapa would not make the team if it's down for guidance sake. I think it's based on his performance. And to be honest, if you want to pick out him out of all the centre backs, I think he was the better centre backs out of all of them. Even though we don't rate him and we said he's old, you still think he's the better centre back out of all of them. Anglin and Phillips, they're okay in their own rights. All right, I think that it shows that maybe if you give him more instruction, Anglin, he could put out something. All right, Phillips the same. All right, so maybe those are two individuals people would continuously look at and say maybe they can give you something in the future if you don't have any additional body. All right, Ravel need more game time, clearly. He got a few game time in both games. He clearly is the better progress of the ball, or the best progress of the ball that we had in this camp period. Even with him not playing well, he still look better than almost everybody else when he has the ball there. It's just when he's doing things now with that relies on you being fit and those things, showcasing that he has problems. All right, so Ravel, he would still make the team based on none of the others really outdo him, even though he never had a best or good enough spell. He still made the team based on nobody else not doing anything. All right. Yes, Hutchinson. We have to revisit Hutchinson based on the amount of players that we're going to be picking right after this. All right. Yes, Anderson and Fletcher, don't think they have done enough. Fletcher pressed well in the first game. Looked like he's a threat in the second game. So maybe they would put Fletcher over Anderson in my estimation. Still right there. All right. So that, yeah, but Fletcher and Anderson, I don't think they did much enough for me. All right, yes. Goalkeeper Hutchinson, we don't see anything from him, so clearly he's not going to be in contention for a spot. Weight and Faster, both could be in contention for spots. All right, we will get back to that as well. We're just trying to run through this roster to give you all additional information you need. Lambikisa, I think a few things. So Lambikisa, we will revisit. Lambikisa played well in the first game. Second game, he had problems, just like Thomas had problems. Staple looked solid, to be honest, in the last game. To be honest, so Staple, even though he's playing in the JPL, he looked solid just the same. All right, yes. So Staple might be a person that we could be a surprise, could see a surprise inclusion from him. You know, he does all the basics properly, and he looks like he takes his time to read the game and all movements at all times. So that's a good thing coming from Staple. So big shout out to Staple there. All right, Splatt, he had a little cameo. You need more time from him before you can decide. All right. Busy Atkinson, limited time, but in his limited time, he looked okay. To be honest, Busy looked okay in the limited time. Lamar Walker, he might just be there based on because others don't perform up to the highest level. But because based on what I saw Busy did and Walker, I think I would have carried Busy over Walker. Don't know what you guys think. All right, yes. Alwyn Harvey struggled. I thought he got enough showing to prove his worth. I don't think he lived up to it. All right. Whisper Richards. No, Tyler Roberts, cameo, excellent cameo. That's exactly what you want from a player. Once you give him an opportunity, he just goes out there and do make you wonder why you never gave him much game time. Because clearly, Tyler Roberts look more exciting than anybody else on the entire pitch. I have to be honest. He just looks like he's going to be here running past everybody if you give him the opportunity. So I'm surprised that Tyler Roberts never got any game. He looks more exciting than everybody else in this selection. Everybody else. So I'm surprised that he never actually get more game time. So it's surprised when we see the guy come on the field and he just look more exciting than everybody. I'm talking Ravel, Hutchinson, Whisper, everybody. He just looks like, and the players, I'm looking at him like, damn. Oh, we're going to figure out how to stop this guy because maybe we never did enough work on him. So he just looked different from everybody. He should have gotten more time. I'm very dissatisfied. We never got a chance to see this guy longer, because he looks like a serious threat. We talked about his speed, but he is not just his speed alone. He brings people in the game. He draw defenders out, and then he will press behind you and open up the entire middle. So if we had the Whisper, Hutchinson, and him up front in a 4-3-3, it could have caused all sorts of problems as well. All right, so Roberts, I don't know if he's a cameo, but he looks like a very much exciting talent, which we had already said it. So we don't think it's just because the cameo. I think he needs to get more game time because he's ridiculously fast and skilled. So we need to give him some game time. We saw him in the under-20s. He impressed in the under-20s, and he impressed in this cameo. So anybody else should get a chance out of everybody else on this list is Roberts. I'm very sorry. He never got enough chance, you know? Yes. Yes, we know football vision. We're going to talk about it, man. But Robert, we're just going through the listing. Stuart did well in the first game with his pressing. It looked like he's stronger than Whisper. Iman Fletcher stronger than Whisper, so they gave you that older play a little bit better. All of them stronger than Whisper in their own way. All of them stronger than Whisper, but they are Whisper is a wing forward and they are actual central forwards. It's complete different position. So Whisper need to be lean to be moving faster. You get me? Because he's a wing forward. So he comes in diagonally majority of the time or down the wing. He's not playing centrally. You understand me? He showed case that he could play centrally as well as a central forward. So even though people said they weren't impressed with him, I still want to give him some credit on the different positions that he moved in, and he tried to adapt to it. He never adapted to it well enough, but his willingness to go and play the positions helped him. All right, it helped him big time. And when it changed the formation to 4-2-3-1, he looks dangerous in behind any one of the solid strikers. So maybe that's a position that he needs to play in more to figure out. So the central forward position he needs to play more because he has good close control dribbling skills and he has a good range of shooting, and he will have the center of the goal to direct to majority of the time. So maybe that's something for his handlers to look at as well. All right, but he looks okay in those positions here and there. All right. So Whisper, his attitude was good, but I don't think I would give him a passing grade. But he was definitely one of the more exciting players them. Just like Roberts them. You understand me? Yes, but if I should say he should make the next team, I wouldn't say so. You know? But let me go through the other listing now so we can pick off who. Like look at the spots them that are vacant because I have some information and who might not be here, because in order for these guys to be here they have to be fit fit within the next 2 days. The next 2 days, guys. All right, so that's what we are going through. Before you go anywhere, guys, we have 120 people here. So let we start find the familiar ways of hitting the like button, because I can tell you, I'm not asking you what you get from this channel. You can't get anywhere else. I'm not asking you. So the disrespect sometimes of oh, when you don't come here and actually hit these like button, it makes me feel like when you don't cherish actual quality. You understand me? And I'm not asking you. I've listened, I researched for myself, and I realized that you guys doing me a bad service based on what we do here. All right, yeah, man. So let me continue. Let me continue. So just take your time. We have 122 here. You hit the like button because we are here for a good while, 20 odd minutes. So we should have been already busting over 300 likes. All right, yeah, man. So make that become a norm. All right, at least our people. Other people, undecided people, can decide what they want in the future. All right. So, anyways, let me continue now. Let me continue now. On the next squad. So we're going to write off this squad. We are going to write off this squad of players, and then put in. Let me save this squad of players, and then put in the next squad now. So we are going to make we're going to make a new complete squad for the Nations League. All right, players that's fit now, and add some pieces. All right, don't worry yourself. So Jamaica, right here, empty squad. Let me get the shirts running because I like this design. Bam. Second, green. Third, black. All right, so that's good. All right, so let me roll it up here. So in the goalkeeping department, I think you have to go with 3 goalkeepers. Nothing more than 3 goalkeepers. All right, nothing more than 3 goalkeepers. All right, nothing more than 3 goalkeepers. So Blake is going to be out. Blake is going to be out. It would be shocking if he's here. You get me? Because the first week has not even passed as yet. So the first week would have ended up close to when the game will be played. So Blake will be out. All right, so Blake will be out. So take Blake off the list. Amal Knight, you have Amal Knight. Would you guys include Amal Knight in the discussion? Let me know, guys. Amal Knight in the discussion for you? I think Amal Knight makes it based on what we saw him did. We can't be this too quick judgy, all right? Amal Knight, I think, would make it based on what he did. So Amal Knight played well once Blake is not here, and he had to come up and come up clutch. I think he plays well. All right, bless up Kai, thanks for being here. RR, experience was great though. All right, massive respect. Imagine we have Mexico in less than 2 weeks and we just lose to TNT. All right, Amal Knight, yeah, Amal Knight, that's one of the goalkeepers. So the next 2 goalkeeper now, we have Jamal Waite. Waite played well in the, after coming in, and also played well in the Cameroon game. So I want to say Waite would make it as well. I think it was not a fluke for Waite. I think Waite took that spot. All right. And then now the third goalkeeping spot would be between Canaboy's Clark and Foster, Dylan Barnes, which is important. Dylan Barnes. So what say you? What say you guys? What say you on that? So let me make a poll out of that. Those 3 goalkeepers. Who you go with? Barnes, Canaboy's Clark, or Foster? Who would get that spot for you? Chevy said Amal Knight no good. Him for stay at MLS. Oh God. Rather take CBC. Canaboy's Clark. Alright, so Canaboy's Clark person said in the chat. Alright, so Boys Clark would be the third goalkeeper. Yes. And I think that is okay. Boys Clark. It's perfectly okay. Alright, so that's my 3 goalkeepers there. Alright, so everyone agreed on the Boys Clark. Alright. No, we just named Barnes. All right, yes, we just name Barnes in the conversation. All right, so now we want, because it's 23 players, but I think you could have up to 27 players in your roster. And I think 27 players might just it's one window. So I think 23 players they might you bring in, call in on the roster, but also invite other people inside Jamaica. When these things happen, remember I don't know nothing, because you know that I'm not close to no coach, nothing at all. In Jamaica, I am the far furthest thing. It's just common sense, putting things together makes it work. I think they're gonna bring in other individuals after picking the actual team. All right. Yes. So they're gonna go with a 23-man squad and then put in other individuals from Jamaica that they have in and around the team. That's what I think will happen. All right. So we already made 3, so we need 20 more players. Normal. All right. So we have our 4 centre backs that we would want. All right. Who are your 4 centre backs? I think Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock. I don't think we have to vote on Ethan Pinnock. Ethan Pinnock might just be Jamaica's best player overall. I think he's Jamaica's best player, period. I think he's Jamaica's best player, period. Yes, so Ethan Pinnock makes that mark already for me, hands down, no questions asked. Yes, Ethan Pinnock. Then Damian Lowe. Damian Lowe, would you include Damian Lowe in it? He just make a move to Philadelphia Union. Played in 2 Concacaf Champions League games. The first one he looked okay. Did make some good tackles, but as you know, Damian Lowe, just as though he makes good tackles, he makes rash tackles as well. Never got to watch the one last night. Heard that he scored a goal, so he should be included based on just those things. All right. He's a second string center defender in Philadelphia, but Philadelphia is a good team in the region, and they have been making the finals of their Confed, if not the entire finals, in the MLS. So it's a good team that is there, that is at. So Damian Lowe would make my listing based on yeah, he will make my numbers. All right. So Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock, that's 2 centre backs so far. Would you guys include Mariappa in the centre back pool? What say you guys? Let me know. Head of state as usual. All right. Tilt Low Pinnock King. All right. Wow. All right. Let me take our time. We'll go 1-1 because based on what we have, I am not sure that King should be making the centre back, pool out of 4, because the amount of centre backs. So Latibodier, I don't know if Latibodier has his passport, so let me take him out of it. You have Hector, you have Tilt that I know that have their passport. You have Wes Hardin, had a bad spell, but he's coming back because he had good spells at the start. So we had Wes Hardin, Tilt. Yeah. We can't put Omari Bell. Omari Bell is for left back, so we don't put them in. Even though he's plays centre back, we don't put him. So we have Tilt, Hardin, Hector. So we have Tilt, Hardin, Hector. That we're just calling other names. All right. So Tilt, Hardin, Hector. We can put Latibodier in the reserve list of players. Yes. So, okay, with that now, and we have Mariappa to put on the list. All right, so Mariappa put on the list there. So out of that, and then you put King and Topi on the list as well. So King, Topi, Mariappa, Wes Hardin, Hector, and Tilt. Those are the 6 that we have right now to our disposal. Which other two you would put in that listing to make up the numbers? Let me know. All right, that's the 6 that we have. All right. D'Lo not getting any minutes. Him not deserve. No. Jason Clark. D'Lo played back-to-back games in the Champions League. Yes. So obviously he's not getting any minutes in the real team, but the performances that he puts in the CONCACAF might just be the way how he gets some minutes in the big team. All right. Yes. So with Jason Clark, this is where you come that you get everything on every player. You understand me? So we don't pick them based off no sentiments. This is one place that don't work with that thing. Alright? Yes. So I think he deserves it based on how he deserves it over King. 1000% Damian Lowe deserves to be in the team over King. Alright? Yes. I think King get praise of one game. One game. You get me? Yes, I think Kings get praise over one game, the Costa Rican game. That's it. I've watched him over multiple tournaments, and I'm not as impressed as others. All right, so I think Damian Lillard will make the team over King. All right, and I would add, surprising, I would add Maps over King. I would have Maps over King for this game, and I would add out of the next four players, I would add Tilt. I would have Tilt and Maps over both of them. That's my two that I would add to it. You know why? Maps would have added the additional body, and you will realize why I go like that. Because you have to learn about the other players them that will come into the left and right back positions. They also can play centre back, all of them. So we are blessed with people that can play centre back if it's warranted. All right, yes. So that's why you have to listen to what where I'm coming from, guys. All right. So for me, I would go with Tilt because he's left-sided and he's also a good centre back. Better than what people give them credit, but obviously people don't watch the players them, so that's why. And I will put in Mariappa back in the team because Mariappa was better than everybody else in the actual national team that just got selected. So none of the younger players them never beat him out. You understand me? Only if Latibodier comes in or more, more just coming off injury. We have Liam Moore as well, guys, but Liam Moore coming off injury, so I don't think he's going to be ready. All right. Brown, but Dre Brown would come in as a right back, and that's we just talked about right backs and left backs that can play centre back. All of our right backs and left backs can play centre backs. All right, so that's my four that I picked: Ethan Pinot, Damian Lowe, Tilt, and Mariappa. That's my actual four that I picked right there. And just wait until the team itself filled in, then you look at it then. Then the right back and left backs, guys. I would add Brown, Javian Brown. Brown, that's one. And let me add the next one them now. Bell, Omari Bell, that is. That is a left back. All right. Lembikisa would have been included, which I think he is going to be included. All right. So Lembikisa would have been included. Bell and also Brown. So those are three so far. So that's the three that we naturally have. All right. If Latibodier comes in, that would have solved everything. All right, that would have solved everything. All right, so let me continue. So that means we named 4 and 3. That's 7 players with 3 goalkeepers. So we have 10 players so far. 10 players already out of the 23. All right, so let me move into midfield. All right, before we move into midfield, Bell can play centre back. He also can play full back. Lembikisa can play left and right back and also centre back as well, and also right midfield and left midfield as well. All right, so they are industrial players. Brown, the same. All right, so we have players. If we say we have a left back problem, one of the other guys them can fill in as the left back problem. If we have right back problem, one of the other guys can fill in on the right back side as well. So I think this squad of 23 would have to work with that. All right, yes, and then in midfield now, this is where it's getting tough. In midfield, how you would work it? Ravel Morrison would have made back the team. Yes, based off the attacking position. Ravel Morrison makes back the team. I think I would have called in KC Palmer. He should be okay by now. To get the call. All right. I need to check that, but he should be okay by now to take the call. So KC Palmer would get that call from me, but let me put in the players them first before we include KC Palmer. I think I would have included KC Palmer above Ravel Morrison, to be honest. You get me? I would include KC Palmer above Ravel Morrison. So let me see if that. Let me put an asterisk beside Ravel Morrison here. So we would have to change him if we know that KC Palmer is 100. All right. Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed would be coming in as a winger, attacking midfielder. All right. So Bobby Reed in. All right. Daniel Johnson would be making it as well. Daniel Johnson. Just coming back into his own shell. All right. Daniel Johnson would be making it back in. And we definitely need some defensive presence. Jonathan Russell. We sure if Jonathan Russell. Andrew, when last Casey Palmer played for Jamaica? Not the last time he came here was on the trip that he should have played, but look at they had some problems beside that than just football. That's why. All right, so that's the last time. But he's ready to play for Jamaica, and that's all we want to know. So it's ready. He has a passport for Jamaica, and also he's doing something in life. So that is the requirements for people to play for Jamaica. You understand me? Yes. It's not, oh, when last him play for Jamaica, or which year, or which where. You understand me? J. Ross, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Dexter, big up yourself. Red Cross. And the man them coming, guys, don't even make the like button not be friends with you. Just hug up the like button and work with it. All right? If you're not woman, the like button are phone man. If you're not man, the like button are phone woman. So we have 172. Make sure it reach 172 likes on the video because that's what get the visibility out there. Alright? Yeah man. So just love the like button, alright? Yeah, man. And love the channel. Slap 10 more subscription on it. Make it reach 4,200 and go up on the way to 5,000 subscribers there. Alright, so we have Jordan Cousins as a deep line defender that midfielder that can become a defensive midfielder if it's required. He has his passport. That's Jordan Cousins. Kevin Stewart is still out. He has his problems here and there, so you wouldn't call him back instant. All right. Yes. So how you guys would attack this defensive midfielder problem? Would you call back Aka? Or would you call back Anthony, no Judge Grant? How are you going to solve that problem? Let me know in the comment section. All right. Yes. Is Cousins getting regular game? We can easily well show you. Since we are not 100% clear on the players, them we will look them up here. All right. Cousins. All right, Jordan Cousins. All right, get this off. Cousins. All right. Jordan Cousins. What the hell is going on? All right, so Jordan Cousins, Wigan Athletic. All right. All right, so the last time he played would be the 14th of the 1st, 2023. So maybe he was on he was on an injury. And maybe he's not fit then. So maybe even if he came back, he's not getting any game. So that means he's not fit. So Jordan Cousins would be off the table. All right. Yes. Does Jonathan Russell have a job? That's my problem. JD, are you smoking? With what? With what? With what? Oh, because I said Aka. Oh, I'm very sorry. That was just a joke. Okay? That was just a. Oh my God. All right. So our defensive midfield pool has been limited. All right. So that's where I'm coming from now. So you have Phillips and those guys. Kevin Lambert. You have. So you see. So you see the pool start dropping. All right. So we have Splatt, Phillips, Kevin Lambert. We can't put in people that we're not sure of. All right. So it keeps on dropping the defensive presence. All right. So we have to go to the JPL. We have to go to Splatt, Casanova. We never saw enough of Casanova. So did we saw enough of these players in this meeting to say that Martin to say that someone did good enough to get that spot as a defensive midfielder? So let me know who you would put in. All right. I think maybe, Splatt might get that nod, Splatt might just get that nod, I think Splatt might get that nod, or Splatt might get that nod. I think either Splatt, I think Alwyn Harvey got enough chance, so I think the coaches might like Harvey. So maybe we see Alwyn Harvey angling Splatt or Lambert in the team as for that position, because we don't have any one of the other guys them playing or have the passport. I'm not sure about John Russell. OP does get that passport. Louis Baker, no, Louis Baker is not in the Jamaica national pool at this point. Hopefully, who name the guy Splatt? All right. So for me, I think I would because we don't have so much good strength. I would put Splatt. I would give Splatt the call up. I would give Splatt this call up, but also put in RV. No, put in Lambert. Sorry, I would put in Lambert. I would actually put in Lambert based off the problem that we have. Lambert, we too forget it too fast. Lambert was pivotal towards Jamaica even getting something out of the Suriname game. If it weren't for Lambert making that crucial tackle in both games against Bessiswar and some good tackles, Jamaica would never get out of none of the games them with the full win. Maybe the second game they could have won the game, yes, without Lambert, but I think Lambert was integral towards both of these positions. So I think Lambert should get his placement based off what he did for Jamaica national team already. All right, we too forgetty. All right, so Splatt I would bring in as the young sensation that actually have the experience to go out and learn with others there. So I would put in him, but Lambert would be the person that we are going to rely on. We'd have to rely on Lambert right now because we relied on him to get us in this position. You saw life funny? We relied on him to get us in this position, but after we don't want to give him no game. JD Hallgrimsson says he's bring Casanova for the experience because he just coming from. Yeah, we know. We gave out that information on in terms of him, but Lambert would get the game. I think Lambert, nobody has impressed so well, so that's why I would bring back Splatt because he has the highest ceiling out of everybody. All right, everybody in midfield. He has the highest ceiling as a defensive midfielder, but Lambert did the job already. You understand me? Yes. Right says Lambert he would have worked down to. Alright, so let me know guys, what say you? Are you guys stuck in midfield? Why is Ravel up there? Ravel is up there with the asterisk beside his name because if KC Palmer is fit, I think I would have called in KC Palmer over Lambert. Yeah, over Ravel. Alright, so we are running down Rasta now, guys. Rasta is getting filled with a good amount of players. Alright, so Daniel Johnson, Bobby Reed coming as a midfielder, Ravel Morrison with an asterisk, Splatt, Lambert in midfield. So one, two, three, four midfielders, five midfielders with Daniel Johnson. So five midfielders is okay. Alright, that is okay for me. That is okay for me, all right? All right, so the forward now, let me count the players then. One, two, three, four, five, six. We need who else we missed out as a defender? Mariapa, Ethan Pinot, Demelo, Tilt, Bell, Javin Brown, Lambikisa. We needed let me take out this more. Alright, we will put back that one defender if and when we get it. Alright? Yes. So anyways, forward line now. Forward line. Mikel Antonio. We're gonna put Mikel Antonio. He's in a better form this time than pretty much any one of the forward players them in the Premier League, including Leon Bailey as well. So, but he's carrying an injury, so we are not sure if he's going to be listed. Yes, Leon Bailey, not in the best form, but definitely his quality deems back that spot. Bobby Reed already on the listing. All right. Jamal Lowe, would you guys go for Jamal Lowe instant? Shamar Nicholson make it back for you? Yes, I think Nicholson will make it back because the coach will want to see his players. Nicholson made it in, and Jamal Lowe, I think Jamal Lowe has been very good. I think Jamal Lowe, I would put him in it so far. So that's a good amount of players. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 players we have so far. Yes, so Jamal Lowe, Shamal Nicholson, Leon Bailey, Mikel Antonio, those are the players that were listed so far. So we still have a good amount of spots. Yes, it's looking like we are gonna start say something. All right. Yes. All right, so Jamalo, bring Jamaica has no good stadium. Yes, but Shane Billings, we know that. That's why I thought this camp was important because we never had no good stadium. Omari Hutchinson, what say you guys? Omari Hutchinson gets a nod. You guys think that Omari Hutchinson did enough to get the nod? Low and Bowser in, yeah man. Clark Harris, we are not sure of Clark Harris and the mans them that always talk about passport. I am not hearing them saying anything about passport as yet. Alright, so Hutchinson made it back in as one of the wingers them. Yes, alright. So people said Hutchinson made it back in. Alright, so that's 20 players, and we need 3 more bodies. Alright, 3 more players. Let me see right here. Let me see if we missed one of the defenders them. For the centre back, 1, 2, 3. Tilt. Mariapa 4. So alright. Then we had Javian Brown, Lambikisa, Bell. Yes, that's good. Then we have Lambert. We have Lambert on the bench as one of the pieces. Rafael Morris is Splatt. Alright, so Cephas, people saying Cephas as a winger. We have Cephas. We have Cephas that could give a cap. Alright, and that would be reasonable. We have players that just played. We have Roberts, we have Whisper. We have Trevante Stewart, we have Fletcher, we have Anderson, could give a cap. We have Walker, we have Busy Atkinson, that we could have give a cap as well. No, Omari isn't a CM. Nobody said that. Who said that? Alright. Jamaican Goodness a whisper in. Jamaican Goodness is the first man at Paris. I think Paris will get a next call again. So Paris is in. Kahim Paris. You guys might forget him. So Paris is in as one of the forwards them. So 21. Alright. Let me make sure to count it. Alright. The 9 and 10. Alright. 10. So we have 21 players in so far. We have 2 more spots. Alright. Normal Campbell in. Paris in. Alright. What happened to 2 Pinocks? We have 1 Pinnock in the team. We have Andre Gray. I think Andre Gray deserve an out-and-out striker. I think Andre Gray is still ahead of the strikers that we saw so far. So Andre Gray would have gotten his called up. Alright, and then we have 1 more spot. Alright, JD Paris is on the bench, not playing. Norman doing well in Serbia. Norman Campbell, Kangwan, Bill. Okay, so why is it these mans are doing something, Jamaican Guna, but you start make a statement to say them should not be in the team? I don't understand we metric in a Jamaican Guna. Because them not old. Norman Campbell is not old. So what are our metrics to say that they should not be in the team, but Whisper should be in the team? Jamaican Guna, you cannot give me a logical metric. Let me open the discard here so the man can join the discard. Hold on. The man can call in, yes, but I think Jamaican Guna, that sound a way to say that this Whisper should make the team, but Norman Campbell should not make the team. No care what kind of metric you're going to give with Jamaican Guna, we have to burn out on that, brother. If Norman Campbell doing it at a higher level, which he is doing it at a higher level, we cannot come out here and disrespect the guy. You get me? Campbell get enough chance and never have. So now he's doing better. No, he's doing better. Whisper got 2 chances. Would you say that what he did in those 2 chances is good enough to make the national team over what Campbell doing now? I would say no. You get me? Cephas is doing better than Whisper as well too. You get me? So We have to be careful. So this is where we want to start that conversation because it's one more spot. All right, one more spot. All right. Andrew said Norman Campbell not good. Oh my God. So that means in our logic, people cannot. Mirak says Whisper better than Campbell. Good Lord. We're wicked, you know. So by our logic, then people cannot improve. People cannot improve. Risk official said Whisper stood out in these past games against Trinidad. JD, me feel you know rate Whisper, you know, cause Omari was trash. Wow. So risk official said so guys, now we have 165 out of Whisper or Omari Hutchinson over the 2 games where risk official said which one of the 2 was better. I think Omari Hutchinson was still better than Whisper over the 2 games. So that is unfair. You know what you said? But if you had said the last game, you know, I would have given you the effort that Whisper put in. But Omari Hutchinson was better than Whisper over the 2 games. So you see, all life funny. You mentioned the 2 games and say, me no rate the man. And all Jamaican players, you know, local band we are talking about, you know. You get me? A local band, the man I talk about, you know, and I beat them in and them I do something, you know. You get me? So Omari Hutchinson was better than Whisper over the 2 games. Because in the first game, Omari Hutchinson, Whisper was nowhere near Omari Hutchinson, risk official. And Lambikisa was the best player, risk official. You get me? Yes. Risk official, go back to watch the game, brother. I think you watch too much of the short highlights them. I think you actually watch too much of the short highlights them. Or risk official. We watch the football matches them. And Omari Hutchinson was better than Whisper by a country mile in the first game. By a country mile. You see a cameo. You get me? And last night, if you had said last night alone, then we would have given it to your risk official. You get me? We would have given it to your risk official if you had said last night, but you come and said over the 2 games. And over the 2 games, that would have been a lie. You understand me? Yes, it would have been a lie, risk official, over the 2 games. Alright? Yes. But if you had said, yes, over last night, you believe that Whisper did more than Omari Hutchinson, I would tend to say yes. But what Omari did in the last 8 minutes, I don't think you look at. He was bad for the rest of the game. I said that. He was bad for yesterday game. But I still saw him create things in the last 8 minutes of the game. How much things Whisper really created, risk official? Let me be honest to ourselves. How much things Whisper really created? You see why I told people that him taking that 40-yard shot yesterday was something that would deceive people? How much Whisper really created yesterday? You guys said he was not getting the ball. Tom Stranger said Dexter was trash. When Dexter was trash? Yesterday. We had said that as well. So that means you guys need to go back and look at our rating. You get me? Rodian said he was not getting, was he getting any service? He dropped deep and fire a 40-yard shot. You don't need service for fire a 40-yard shot because you drop deep. So that's why I never wanted to go down in football metrics, because that's where you guys are not going to talk about the things them, and I prefer not to talk about the things them. We just wanted people to come in and we just do voting and we have a conversation. Alright? Omari wasn't up to par last night. However, he truly can make an impact. Yes, that's what we said. That's what we said. Shane Billings, why you know say no man Campbell not good? Shane Billings actually said that. My God, the war start. Guys, I'm trying to get the thing so people can join the Discord. Alright? Alright, what I'm gonna do, let me get the Discord up for you guys so you can join Shane Billings. If you don't want to, you can join the Discord if you don't have any time, and give it reasons why. Because you know I said war now. Whisper created 3 big chance past the only shot on target. Alright, so nobody else not create a big chance. Mirak. Nobody else not create a big chance. Go back and watch the game. Because they say Omari was bad. And you soon find some little dibby-dabby metrics. Yes. And that's what I love about life. Alright? He was bad. I agree. I agree that he was bad. Alright? But what are the standards we use to judge for these players? All right, and that is my problem here. Let me try and get this up so we can get people in the conversation for you guys. All right, you remember it's a one spot left, you know. It's a one spot left. All right. The man's them a war. All right.
So how many of you is there now, JD?
We're gonna get the option, but we want to give everybody. We want everybody to give their statement. So when we pick we pick the player. We pick whatever the player is. Any one of them. We can clearly say we come to a conclusion. You know, we don't want the one side bullying thing. So whisper for being at the team, and that's it. We want people to give arguments. We want people to re-listen this and can say, yeah, man, Whisper deserve the spot based on what Shane Billings said, what such and such man said. You understand me? Dixon, you can't listen to the commentator them to decide if they're fed up with the Hutchinson, because those are not neutral commentators. I'm very sorry. Those are not neutral commentators. All right? Yes. So I can't use that metric. I will not use that metric. All right? Yes. He was not good. We agreed to that. We dropped the link so people can come in. All right? Yes. Those are not neutral commentators. So I will not take that to judge Hutchinson. All right? Yes. So let me continue. We dropped the link so people can come in. Alright, Jamaican Guna, the link is right below you. You just jump in at the discard and we chop it up and then we decide. Alright, JD, how many local base players in your team? JD, local base. Damn. We don't have no local base. We have local barn. We have Lambert, Shamal Nicholson, Paris. We now have Faster. We have Amal Knight. Amal Knight is not a local base anymore. Tom Stranger. We have Jamaican band. We have majority of Jamaican band. We have Damien Lowe, Amal Knight, Daniel Johnson, Leon Bailey, Paris, Shamar Nicholson, Lambert, Wait, Javian Brown, but we don't have no local playing. So we don't have no local playing. No. People said to me that, Andrew, even the commentators that were frustrated with Hutchinson. Well, I'm just trying to tell you that the commentators were not neutral commentators. They are local people. So I'm not going to jump to say that is fair, because I see instances where we could have beat Whisper. You know, here nobody beating Whisper for the runs them that he made. He made errors on the field too as well. And I can point that out on the game. So I'm just trying to say to you that I will not take anybody that commenting on the game as the face value to say that is the reason why we should pick Hutchinson over Whisper. That's all I'm saying. I'm not dissing anybody. I'm just talking for a conversation's sake. All right, and I am up for challenge. All right, Brown Bear, over the 2 matches, 3 ball. Let me see. Can get the call up. Wait. Dexter and Omari. Alright, so nobody joins, so people can whisper over Omari would never. Alright. So people wanna come in and give you a conversation. We drop the discard for you. So let's come in and give the conversation. Hutchinson looked good in the first game. Yes. I really don't see what you see in Omari. Whisper look better, in my opinion, not the gospel. Risk official, official. The problem with that now, with risk official, I have not seen enough from Whisper in it both 2 games to say what you're saying, because all I saw Whisper trying to do aside, I'm gonna give him the credit for the effort, because I talk so highly of the kid. But now you have to make me be critical, which I'm trying to not be critical of the kid. But because now you're going to bring down somebody else, I have to be critical in the conversation. You understand me? So if you don't want me to be critical and I dissect it, when you tell me to be critical. People say they want... So people, why you want to call in when we drop a link and you can call in via the Discord? Just call in on the Discord, guys. The phone call sometimes give me too much drama, man. You know? Alright, you know, I'm plugging the phone call because Jamaican people want to know about we no business here. We just stubborn in a man and do our own thing. Let me drop the link and the man might tell me say they want to call in. So yo, Whisper can be dangerous. We saw some of it. Alright. The man name is Love War Star. Both Whisper and Omari should be in the team to get the experience for the future. But one Jenna, we have other players, look how much other players we have. Whisper only play one way and Trinidad recognize that. Shane Billionaire. Nobody no mention that. You understand me? So we leave that alone. We're not here to beat down on the kid. We want people that's defending Whisper in the team. Call in. Let me drop the number as well since people can't come in at the discard. Let me drop the number on the call in. Alright, let me drop the number because of World War 20 are calling Ricky are calling already. So that's a one call and then one second. Ricky, big up yourself, Ricky. Let me call it. Let me put up the next number. Cause a World War 40 starting at 3-2. So Ricky, big up yourself. What say you on this deep conversation?
Big up yourself, JD, as always.
A World War going
um,
on.
no, me not in the war, but my observation based on, I mean, I went on YouTube and what, between work, watch a few minutes of the game,
Mm-hmm.
But for me, what I think, I'm not gonna come down on Omari. He had a good, excellent game in the first game. The second game, I don't know if he was tired or he got frustrated. But what I'm saying is, looking at that team that I saw playing, the guy Roberts, I would keep him around the first team. But going to Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put these guys. I wouldn't put these guys on the front line. I would keep a few of them. Splatt, Omari. Because they're gonna improve. It's 2026 World Cup we're talking about. They're gonna improve, but the senior players, the players that we have in the program, these are the guys that will have to fight the war for us, and we keep these guys around until they improve, where they can, fall in and play their part. So I don't want to go in the issue of saying, Whisper should go there or this. They're all gonna improve. And I look at Whisper and I see his desire. He's gonna be a good player. It might not be his time right now, but
Yes.
he's gonna be a great player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I respect you. I respect how you put it because that's exactly what I'm trying to say, But because I have all the people I'm listening and them are war with me, it come off a little bit different. That's all I'm trying to say,
all right, big boss. I know that, man, but that's just my 2 cents. You
All
can
right.
get the next caller.
All right, respect,
My
respect,
2 cents.
respect. All right, let me take the next caller, guys. Thump up the like button, guys. Thump up the like button to get us to 200 likes on the damn video. And that's how we get the conversation started. All right. Let me. Oh, so all right. So other people are calling. Big up, big up. How you doing, caller?
Hey, Senator JD,
Turn up the
I
phone.
like
Turn up
your
the phone
signal
because me
look
not hear
fine,
you
but
well, One second, bossy.
turn
Because
it
we
down
want to make sure the
a
people can hear you. You hear me now? You hear me good now?
yeah, my area.
People who not hear the caller
I
good, let
think
me know.
Whisper make the cut over Andre Gray based on the fact that him age. Him younger
Yeah.
and we are planning for the future.
Yeah,
So
but
I
we don't
think
need for cut
Whisper
Andre
will get the
Gray. We
call
not,
over Andre.
Carla, we don't need for cut Andre Gray. Andre Gray no make
No,
is
me just ask.
still a 23.
Oh,
We
okay,
still have
okay,
one
okay,
more
okay.
spot
Yeah,
because of injuries and them stuff
out of
there.
everyone that was there, in terms of the strike, and we look on Whisper would get the call over them based on his age. That's all it is there because based on age and potential and upside is higher than the other two strikers that we have. And I
Okay.
think that's why he would make the grade as the last one
Okay.
if we
And
were picking out
you
what we
said
saw.
that's out of the the forwards them that you saw. So
Yeah,
based on what
out
you
of the
saw,
forwards that we saw.
so Whisper is a wing forward. So you have to bring Roberts in the conversation. Based on what you saw, you would have picked Whisper over Roberts as well too. If it had to come down to Roberts and Whisper.
Yeah, I would pick Whisper over and the only one that I saw, and he's a midfielder that is busy. And Busy Atkins is a midfielder. And the only one we say where like would I put over Whisper
Mm-hmm.
is Busy.
Okay,
And
busy.
he's a midfielder. I think he's listed as a midfielder. So if I were looking for a winger, it would be wing forward, it would be Whisper.
Okay, okay, all right. Respect then.
Yeah
That's what
man,
we
that's a
want to
nice
hear. We want to hear
yeah.
from the man them. All right, respect and thanks, yeah. So call back when we are chop up the starting lineup, all right? Because that will come next, as well.
Ah,
We just want
yeah
to make
man,
sure we
yeah man.
settle this war, because it's always a war. I
Ah,
want it to be constructive this time. All right, respect and thanks, yeah.
true.
Yeah, 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 man. Yeah, man. And that who want to call them. 1 second. Let me take the last call and then we get to Jamaican Guna. Jamaican Guna because him gonna come with a bag of metrics. So World War gonna start when him come in. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Good
JB.
afternoon, caller. How are you doing?
Doing good, dear sir.
Yes.
You never call me once a while
No,
ago.
man, me never call your name, brother. So why you make people know say you me the talk? Me I tell you, you see who love war? Me never call the
hey,
name.
me not shame for say it, me not discard and sometimes it confuse the life out of me. So me just leave it alone.
All right.
See,
All
but
right.
as I go say still, based off of the two games, man, it's just my input on some of the players. Um, yeah, man, Lembikisa can forward. Angling did look good. And I think I don't know when the defense look good. I don't care
And we
who
had
start
we
for them.
had Topi Mariapa in the defense, Lembakisa and Thomas.
Topi and King now gonna make it. Because if the man play Mariapa for the most of the two games, them that tell me all me need for know. My work on for them fitness. As far as game fitness, that is. The left back, you never not worry about them. They not go. On the topic of Hutchinson and people going down on Hutchinson and thing. I don't think it's a fair assessment of Hutchinson because a lot of the balls that were made to him were high and bad passes, and that break confidence in any player. You understand me? So the long ball to him obviously is not a thing because he look like a player who like the dribbling and like to get the ball play and foot. So I would carry Hutchinson. The whisper thing now that very hard because apart from him age and him upside right now, I don't see any other reason to carry him. To be honest with you, and I rate the kid, but when we look at what we have at hand right now, it's hard to say we are work towards 2026 and we're in the middle of a Nations League competition. It's hard.
All
You
right.
understand me?
Yeah.
And I, the midfield, I can't even really say nothing more. Angling yesterday was very. Even if it was his composure on the ball alone, I think he should have. I think that he should have got more playing time, especially when they bring in Ravel, because he would have composed the midfield a lot more with the two of them as far as passing. Even if Angling was just making back passes, Ravel could have formed a link even for pass it to Hutchins. I think
Okay.
that make me think say Angling yesterday was better than we even give him credit for.
No man,
You
we gave we
understand me?
gave we gave both of them credit in the middle of the park though.
Yes, man. But apart from that, I mean, the match is what it is, and with everything being said and done, I just have to listen back to what the coach said. If him say, "Oh, if this is just for an assessment," I can't look at the result. I just have to look at the performance of the players.
All right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the beginning of the game with the passing and stuff, I am not going to lie to you. It gives me hope that the boys are going somewhere, especially with this young of a squad and locally. You know what I mean? Putting the ball on the ground and passing it around, seeing player move. But this long ball thing that we're talking about, I don't think the coach wants to play the long ball, but I think he's working on the strikers, finding movements and stuff like that. Because I think even when we saw Whisper coming short for the ball, I don't think that was a slight on Whisper. I think it was just the coach working on channels and communication in regards to defense, midfields, and the strikers. Because we saw a lot of long balls being played and diagonal runs being played. So I don't think it was a long ball thing. I think it was more like a players working on them channels, the running channels and stuff like that. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And I think if we have a more stable defense, we are going to see more of our left backs and right backs overlapping. Because I saw when Tyler Roberts came on, was it Tyler Roberts? Was it Tyler Roberts or was it another winger? I saw the left backs having, like Tyler Roberts would know when to come in to allow the left back to go around him and the overlap. You understand me? And I even saw Hutchinson do it, but I don't think that was related to the left back, or the left back wasn't listening. But I didn't see that. And I saw when Roberts come on, him open up a whole lot of channel. Even with him going out wide and staying wide, it allowed the left back to go up on the inside of him. You understand me? And I saw the same thing on the right hand side. But I don't remember who was playing on the right hand side with him, with Lembikisa. Who was it? Who was it? Was it Hutchinson at one time? I think they had changed it, And even at that, like I don't even see no deep line runs from even the wing back, the box, because a lot of the crosses were coming from midfield in mid Trinidad half. You understand me? So they were trying to just swing them from far. But I mean, yesterday game, I mean, it gave me a little hope because I don't know if you see what I see, but I know if there were more seasoned professional in that specific system, I know for sure we would have gotten a result.
Okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Because I could only imagine like one of those passes that were made almost to Colin Anderson's foot. I could almost certain say if that was a Antonio, even if he never put it down on it, even if he never couldn't get him foot to it, would have somehow put him body in a way where, you know what I mean, he would have got a contact onto it. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like I can almost tell you say whatever the system is, or even if he could just chop and change players into whatever was done yesterday, I can see the professional level would have put us over the edge yesterday by a good distance.
All right then.
You understand me?
Yeah. All right then.
But
That's our
that's
word.
just my take on the game.
All right.
Yeah,
That's our
yeah,
word then,
listening,
boss. We
yeah?
link up, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
awesome.
man. So we can bring in the guys. All right, big up, big up. All right. So, yes. So let me bring in Jamaican Guna and Jason Guna. We brought up this just to show you the Mexico squad, who are we facing and stuff. Yes, so you can get a much more better feel of the conversation. All right. Yes. So Jamaican Guna, Jason Guna, both Gunas, not hype up on themselves when they're top of the league. Yes. So
Yep,
Jamaican Guna, big up yourself.
you're a bad man. Can I hear me clearly?
Yeah, man, I think they might hear you clearly. Let me see if it'll come through the system, because we just maximize this to show people what's up. Yes, but I think they're hearing it clearly.
All right. Good day, good afternoon, good night. Blessed day to JD, blessed day to the Imaxit / Remaxit family. Big up all the people in the night chat. J Rush, you know the thing already, all I dog them. Chris Smith, Owen, all I man them. So big up on yourself. Now watching on now. Um Particularly I was watching the game last night, and looking at what players we could have used for the upcoming game. Who made an impression over the two games, generally speaking, and and also the pool that we have that weren't invited to this camp. Um, and if you look at it over these two games, I think maybe four players gave a good account of themselves. If you were to culminate both games and look at it from that perspective, um, I would say Omari Hutchinson. I would say Whisper Richards. I would say Lembikisa, and I would say there was one more person. I think Foster gave a good account of himself as well.
Yeah, man, faster, yeah.
Um, yeah. So I think those four, I would say, deserve a spot in the squad to go to Mexico. On the outskirts of that, I would probably look at Anderson, but he didn't score. He got chances and him dashed them. So I wouldn't say because of he didn't score. He's a striker. He's supposed to score goals. He has to be more clinical, and it's a good indicator and a good demonstration of what the local leagues at. A lot of local players didn't give a good account of themselves. Omari had a terrible game last night. He had a better game in Montego Bay, and I think as I said, I think Whisper gave a good account of himself. He had a lot of movement. He looked dangerous when he picked up the ball. You can see that the opponents were aware of his perceived ability, and they were keeping him close. I think he needs to find a way how to make space for himself. I think he needs to find a way to get himself more involved in a game, because when him load up on the ball, a lot of the times see him, and for a large stretch of the game, he was anonymous. So he have to work on that as a young player. There's a lot of development that he has to do. But I think he looked dangerous. You see him pick up a ball from about 35 yards out and clot it towards the goal. And you don't see that a lot of times.
Yes, because that's a terrible. No, that's in real world football. That's a terrible decision. People sub you off for those things. But I knew that somebody would have talked about this 1,000 yard shot.
No, but look. You see the difference between a great shot and a stupid shot is if it's successful or not, or a great pass or a stupid pass.
Okay.
Because if you pick up a ball and you woof it from 35 yards and it's flying at the goal, it's a great goal.
Okay.
But if you pick up and you woof it from 35 yards and it's flying at the bar,
since it never
so that's just the risk that you have to take. I was watching a match recently, Arsenal match, when we won the game in the last minute, hopefully this shooter can come to complete with Jamaica, because I think he's Jamaican.
Yeah, see what happened with Pep and Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne? And the two biggest ballers, what are the two biggest ballers in the world? You're the man of Bono, Kevin De Bruyne. I say you might have 50,000 assists, 20,000 goals. When you come on to high precision things, you're not doing it the same. Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder in the world. So when you do them something that Jamaican Guna, you cannot make a metric for that Jamaican Guna. Football are much more educational. Them not do them something anymore because it's a team game, Jamaican Guna. Kevin De Bruyne, that's the man of Bono, And I say him now.
Him can burn out him as much. Yeah, him can burn him out. Let me defend that point. Him can burn out him as much, but I'm saying to you, the difference between a great pass or a great shot and a not great and a stupid shot or a stupid pass is if it is successful. The risk-taking part of it is what makes a pass beautiful, When they pick up a ball and pass it between a needle eye, between 4 or 5 players, and it reach the target, that is a great pass. But if you do it and a man stop it, then a man say, what a stupid pass. Okay. So it's just if it work or not. So if they pick up the ball and kick it from 35 yards and flying at the goal, all of us will be here celebrating a great goal. Yes, so we have to respect the effort sometimes on these occasions, that you have the bravery to pick up the ball and shoot. And number one, and the second point to that is that a lot of Jamaican players do not shoot from so far out.
Yeah, but Jamaican Guna.
We don't score like a
Jamaican Guna. I understand the bravery what you're saying, Jamaican Guna. But I don't think it was something sensible. Jamaican Guna, I don't think it was something sensible. I don't think it was something needed. I think it was something stupid. I actually think it was something stupid.
Of course it's stupid now that it didn't work.
No, because I think we are not as good as Manchester City. Manchester City, Liverpool can get away with those things. We are not that good for we to be giving away possessions. So that
you keep on saying Manchester City and all this. I'm asking a very simple question. I hope you can answer it honestly. If him did score the goal, what would have been the conversation this morning?
Oh my God! But Jamaican Guna, please, no man. If him did score the goal from 40 yards, Jamaican Guna, how much time we are gonna score a goal from 40 yards?
Goal from 35 yards. What would be the conversation this morning?
A wonder goal, Jamaican Guna, 100%.
So why we can't? Between wonder and stupid is if it works, bro. You can't convince me otherwise because that's how it go.
But Jamaican Guna, please. So why we can't just move towards education? Why we have to always come up with this wonder, God, and have some glorified moment and we're super over the
top. Football is entertainment.
Oh my God!
Football entertainment.
So Jamaican Guna, just show you a good position here with Pep and Haaland. Haaland has scored 1,000 goal.
I go that coach Jesus or coach God. Me don't care. The difference between great and stupid is if it work. They have to take risks. I have to do things which are unconventional in football for me for it to work. If it don't work, it's stupid. If it works, it's great. When a man try a scorpion kick, if he miss it, what a stupid shot. He could have taken it down. He had more time on his hands. All sorts
Wow.
of things in hindsight.
Wow.
If he make him try a scorpion kick and fly in a goal, wow, what a great goal. And that's a wonder goal, and that's goal of the season.
Wow,
No,
Jamaica.
that is
I
football
can't
is
believe it.
entertainment first, my brother.
But Jamaica,
So basically, you just want our team run out and just try all kind of incredible things. And if it don't work, we try. Like, and that's basically what you're saying in Jamaican Guna. You say we can't rate if it
I am
don't work.
speaking specifically of one shot. I didn't speak of every shot that he took or every movement that he made or everything. I said one shot. If it had fly in a goal, we would be congratulating him for a wonder goal. The fact that it didn't fly in a goal, it is a stupid shot. What else you have to say to me?
boy,
Yeah, because you have to look at what him take the shot
So
from
you're
far.
saying you should not have tried that shot any at all, and nobody not try and shoot
no,
that
I
shot
don't
from
think
35
you should have.
yards.
No, that's
Using
true. Why you
you're saying
add on
everybody to go
nobody
out there
never tried?
and nobody
That's
will
what
take a
I'm
shot
saying.
from 35 yards.
No, I am saying look at the actual play and see when him turn the man.
Please
What
go
else
back and
he
look.
could have do besides
It
that
matters
shot?
not, my G. It matters not.
No,
If it
Jamaica.
go in at the goal, it's great. If it don't go in at the goal,
But
it's
Jamaica
stupid.
Guna, that's where the problem is. You say it matters not. You
It's a
can't say
stupid shot.
Jamaica Guna. What if two other better option there, Jamaica Guna? What if two other? You can't.
It don't matter.
It don't
don't
matter.
matter,
It don't matter. All right, cool.
It
Wow.
don't
All
matter.
right. Jamaica
And
Guna
you
say
have
no
to-
matter.
If a better pass is there, bro, listen to me, slow down. If a better shot, if a better pass is there, or a better play is there, and then pick up the ball and wolf it into the goal, it's a great goal, and we are congratulating it, and the whole we are talking about it this morning.
All right.
If a better play is there, and then pick up the ball and wolf it and fly over the bar, it's a stupid shot. Because it never successful. The difference between great
No,
and not and stupid is if it succeed or not.
So Jamaican Guna, so why? So Jamaica, your team Arsenal and Manchester City playing two of the best football in the world. You are going to tell me that you want Party if you strike the shot them 75 yards with two other better options. You think him now come over the field? You
If
think
it
him now come
goes
over the
in the
field?
goal, it's a great goal. If it miss, it's stupid. That is it.
No, and a while ago, were you comparing that strike to Reece Nelson strike to win the game?
Yes,
That's what you're
I am
saying?
saying that if Reece, look at the Reece Nelson strike, my bro. Let's examine the Reece Nelson strike. We're 2-all. The game is 2-all. Okay, it's in the last minute of the game. Reece Nelson is right-footed. The ball comes out to Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson kick the ball with him left foot. And the ball woof in at the goal. Think of if Reece Nelson had kicked that ball over the bar. As opposed to make it go in at the goal. He took the risk of kicking it with his left foot, which is his weaker side. In at the goal.
Where he kicked the ball from?
Reece Nelson
was on the top of it. He was on the
At 20 yards out, that's 23 yards out, that you know, a 40 yards out, a 40 yards out, the man take the shot from the Jamaican Guna.
Come on, man.
A 40 yards in a 2 times the distance, you know. And really and truly a lot of people in the way. So, and the keeper have more time to get to it. So that's why it's a low percentage shot. That's how we're saying the Jamaican Guna.
Where did the ball go? Where did the ball go?
Which
Where did the
ball?
ball go?
Who for ball?
The ball fly over the bar, don't?
It went wide and high.
Okay. All right, cool. It's a stupid shot because it went wide and high. If
No,
it's flying at the goal, it's a great shot. What you tell me, say?
No.
You not tell me, say, a ball, hold on. So, according to your own logic, a ball mustn't take risk in a football game. He must play the safe pass all the time.
Jamaican Guna, no.
That's what we're saying.
Brother, I'm madness to hold on attack. If you don't believe that a ball go up on football field and don't take risks, I'm madness to attack.
Jamaican Guna, everybody can talk loud enough. Just take time, no man.
Me not talk loud. Me talk me normal. If me sound loud, fine. But me not talk loud. Me talk me normal volume.
No, this. Let me move on from this because it was picking the team.
Let me just say one thing, JD. One last thing on this. You keep saying if the ball go in the goal, it's a great shot. If it miss, it's foolishness, right?
Yeah.
But I am saying, I'm not saying he shouldn't take the risk. But what I'm saying is, just because he take the risk, don't mean I can't analyze it after and say, yo, you know, say had other things he could have do, and we can still talk about that too. Just because he take the risk, it don't eliminate that it was a bad shot.
All right, so when we move from this, then Jamaican gonna finish your statement why him need to be in a national in this team. And remember, we
I
showed
didn't say need.
the
I think he
final
has
spot. The final
in the
spot.
game he demonstrated. He looked threatening in the game.
Yes.
If we're gonna call a forward that looked threatening, to me, he looked the most threatening in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like what Trevante Stewart looked in the first game at all. Anderson, he does a lot of running. He puts the defenders under a little bit of pressure because he run hard all the time.
Yes. We are all
He seems a bit dangerous, but I think he needs to work on his finishing a little bit. On the international level, because at the local level he's doing it. And so if we were to look at the forwards that are available to us, both local and overseas, there may be a possibility that we might not have Antonio.
Yes, that is true. So that,
right. So I would not have Andre Gray either.
But that would have made two spots. Jamaican going on. That would have made two spots. So I could see if two spots left, Whisper could get called up in that two spot. But we would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Antonio and everybody is available, Whisper not make Jamaica side though.
Yes. So that. But that's
but
Jamaica Guna.
But based on why we're now looking at, I think
Jamaica Guna. The argument started with one spot left because we have 22 players. So if Antonio out,
a 22 player at 25 now.
23 players we are gonna bring. We think.
Okay,
so 20. That's why the argument starts. So we had one
player.
player.
I think. Well, if a one spot leave, I would, and knowing that we're short in the forward areas in terms of a striker, I think I would give the one spot to Whisper.
Okay.
Because we're gonna call in Shamar.
Yeah, Shamar will be here. Let me give you the list up.
Who's our second best striker?
Yes.
And
Shamar
is there. Who else?
You have Shamar, Andre Gray, Paris, Hutchinson, Leon Daly as the forward, and Jamal Lowe. Those are the forwards with Bobby Reed in midfield.
We're talking about an out and out striker. We don't have.
But really, and truly, Whisper ain't an out and out striker, and that's the problem with Jamaica. He's not an out and out wise. Jamal Lowe and Whisper the same position player, you know. The exact same position, you know. The two of them play the same position. Yes.
So if Lowe is available, call Lowe.
No, but we have Lowe in the team.
I thought Lowe was in the side already.
No, Lowe in the side already. He's in the side already.
Lowe one of my favorite football them, man.
Yeah, but the problem.
So if
Jamaican couldn't. The problem is, I don't think people actually know. I think as a striker, Whisper don't get in the team over none of these players, even as the next guy, because I don't think his strength is holding up. And I don't think he's disciplined enough at this stage to play a lone striker role. You understand me?
Yeah.
So that's why I would only pick him as a wing forward or a central forward to play because he looked better. He looked in the 10 minutes in the game. People out here talking about how good he played. Jamaican Guna, he looked better in the last 15 minutes of the game. When he changed to 4-2-3-1 than the entire game because he was lost in big patches of the game. But once a big striker in front of him and that long ball, because here we don't know for football passing football not invented. So we are going long.
But I'm saying to you, it's not just the contribution of even goal scoring and taking shots. And I think Whisper looked overall, he looked better than all the other strikers to me. I mean, we had Anderson there. Yeah, we had Trevante Stewart there as a 9.
Yeah, but Jamaican you needed him to butt down the ball for Whisper and the others behind them when Whisper look his best to get the ball. So really and truly, we need a striker. Just the same. So Mikel Antonio have to do the same job there, or Andre Gray have to do the same job there for Whisper if we want to use him as a central forward. You understand?
I would personally, I wouldn't call in Andre Gray. I think we have to move past Andre Gray at this point.
Okay.
If we don't have Antonio, if Antonio is out injured, like they say it's touch and go, but if he's out injured, then I would call in Andre Gray. Because Andre Gray is very good with his back to goal. But if Antonio is available, I will call Antonio. I will call Shamar, of course, and out of the local barn and groomed players, I would call Whisper. I would call Whisper over Anderson if needs be.
I could see where you're coming with when you say when
I think the offers more. I miss Whisper pick up couple ball when I make some pass and the man make the pass look like a foolish him do.
Yes,
I think we're doing that. He make some good pass and get shot on target. He look more, and I'm pretty
But
certain the
Jamaican
two
go
shot
no,
them
no, Jamaican
were
go.
fall to under.
We support
I'm
you.
certain that
Jamaican go.
Whisper would have
You
probably
don't have
get
an
on
argument
target.
point there. We support you on the point there. We don't have an argument point there. We support
But
you
you
on the
know,
point there. But the problem is Jamaican go.
I'm arguing why I would get him in the side, you know. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's why I would get him in the
Yeah,
based on our current squad availability in the number 9 areas.
yes.
I would opt
That
for
is the problem.
Whisper in the side more than probably anybody else from see locally.
Yes, I would agree that what he offers, but the problem is he does not offer a striker problem. So really and truly, what we are really doing here, picking Whisper with Leon Bailey, Jamalo, Kaim Paris, Bobby Reed, that's what we're really doing here. Because he does not
No,
offer
but
the
they're not
striker.
playing. But they're not lone striker. I'm playing, my bro. A two forward. Them using them.
Yeah, but he changed. Jamaican Guna. The coach and I eat that. Him say that two striker thing and never work. Cause when him change it, him never try change it back again. Him keep it there and make a central forward there behind him. So me clearly see him
Yeah.
realize Jamaica style of play, the 4-4-2 things with two strike up there naga work. He's going to have to work with 3 in midfield, or if you're going to use 2 striker, one have to play immediate behind him, and you have 2 out and out wingers or attacking
But the
midfielders
coach
right there.
started with the coach started the 2 games with 2 strikers, and then he tweaked it as he went along. It's not coincident that he started the 2 games with 2 strikers.
Yeah, because that's what he wanted to do. But he realized it's not working,
Right.
Jamaican Guna. So that's why he's not.
Okay, well, it didn't work. On both occasions, it didn't work.
On all occasions. On all occasions, I don't think it worked. Because against Argentina, it never worked one bit. Argentina should have given you 20. So if it never was for that terrible goal scorer that they have, where it was terrible, in the World Cup as well, we would have gotten a good slap in Argentina. So this 4-4-2 thing don't work. I think it looked better when we.
It don't work. It don't work. I don't think it works for us. I think we need more strength in the middle of the park. I don't think. Yeah, brother. Me not see no. Is that, Mr. Bro? If we're looking towards Mexico and we're looking objectively, I think we have to look at Whisper being a part of the squad.
One second.
Based on the availability of some of the players that we have, and plus he's a player that we're looking at the future for. So I mean, see what the contention. Him do better than all of the local man in JPL. Him look more dangerous than all of the locals. 2 local strikers that may lead the scoring charts. Him look better than them in the international
But
stage.
Jamaica Guna, you only can pick on what you need. But here, Wizard says me a madman. Whisper is the best striker. Are you blind? Whisper is not a striker. So unless you don't know what is a striker, you have central forward, you have strikers, you have wing forwards, you have attacking midfielders, and you have wingers. He's not an out and out striker. I don't think he can play that role now, Wizard. And I went to Mr. Butler and tell Mr. Butler where I think he plays, and Mr. Butler said to my face, "You're 100% correct." So if the man that you give the credit to say you know where he plays, and me I tell him where he play, and him tell me I'm 100% correct, and after that, Whisper go into the Manning Cup and play wing forward roles over and over. Who are you, Wizard, to tell me where the player play? When the people them that make the player, and where the player play every single time, and you're gonna come and tell me some nonsense. I'm a mad. No man, Whisper or Wizard, you're wrong. The discussion we are having is just to make sure we pick the players them in the right positions. You understand me? Whisper is not an Antonio type of player. All right, and we don't need him to be the Antonio type of player. We don't need him to do that because he would feed off of an Antonio type of player. Antonio would fight in the box, get the ball to him, and he would do his trickery while Leon Bailey over the next side doing his trickery. Or Bobby Reed is much more direct. He's more of a footballer that will whip in the crosses to you and play football the right way. You get me? Yes. So that's how we are saying. It's nothing about we are trying to because I said he's not a striker, you got offended. No, I was explaining the role of the player, which is different. Look, and Jason, what Mr. Butler said about Whisper pan Sportsmax. I think people don't listen. What him say about the him say the man never used the position the way him play. And then the 2 striker system him don't used to it. So clearly the man I tell you over and over that he's not a striker. He's a wing forward, is a different role. You get me? JD, Whisper can be a striker. What are you talking about? The boy can kick the ball. The best ball striker is in the team. All right, so you would put in a 4-2-1, 4-2-3-1 system. You would put Whisper as a striker. Honest to yourself, you would put him on as a striker, or you would put him out in the position of Jamal Lowe or Leon Bailey. Just look on the screen now, people, and tell me if you would use Whisper in Mikel Antonio position or Jamal Lowe or Leon Bailey. Just, you don't know nothing about football. You don't know nothing about football. And you watch Whisper. All I'm highlight them. Would you use Whisper at Mikel Antonio position? You don't know nothing. You just come in the conversation. Would you use him in Antonio's position? Or you use him with Leon Bailey, Bobby Reed, or Jamal Lowe? Which one you would choose in the comment section, guys? Yeah, sorry about that. Continue, Jamaican Kuna. I'm just
Yeah,
I'm
but
just explaining to
the point
people.
that I'm making, is simply this, brother. It's a, when it comes to let us be real, brother. Let us be real. If we don't want one kind of striker in our side. We don't want one kind of striker in our side. We don't want one kind of forward in our side. We want variety. We want players that have different skill set that can advance or play
Yeah.
forward. Now, listen me very carefully. Whisper based on the availability of who we have, who can come in on the side now based on their availability of them passport and so on and so forth. Whisper in our side, for go to Mexico. That's just
Yeah,
the night.
but
Because
Jamaican
as
Kuna,
I said, based on these 2 games, he gave a better performance than the other strikers in this. If you were to pick one player from a forward position, or one striker, one person from midfield and one person from the defense and a goalkeeper, then Whisper would be the striker.
Okay, but Jamaican good, let me just ask a question. Out of all the positions there, on the field now, because I want to know if people know where he plays. You get me? Just to, because people, you don't see that people know where he plays.
But you said it already, JD, and I'm saying to you that regardless of where he plays, he plays as a striker. He can be a different variety of striker. You have different players who play. Trossard come in on my side and Trossard forward and a play false nine. But yet them can break off and go over the wing, and Imam Martin can switch places and so on and so forth. So me just make say a different kind of strikers who have a different skill sets. So Whisper offers a different skill set from, let's say, a Michael Antonio, even though he's tall and he's strong and he's quick as well, and he have a good shot on him.
Yes.
But we still have to know, so we want a striker that have a variety. We want a striker that will run in behind. You have some striker who will stand up and take the ball and hold off the centre half and stuff like that. So we have to kind of work. We have one variety.
We never argue the selection. Me to argue the point of where he plays. No, I've already argued the selection with you, but it's what the person
No,
said
it no matter
here.
when he play. He's a striker. If he's a striker and he's play out on the right or out on the left or whatever. But well, at the point, you're still not listening to what I'm saying. I have to repeat myself again. I'm saying to you, so regardless of where he plays, he's a striker. So even if he wants to start out on the wing and cut in, or he wants it doesn't matter. He's a striker. If he wants to drop deep and pick up the ball, or he wants to stand up and hold up the centre of them, whatever it may be,
No, it
his
matters.
style of playing is different, but he's a striker.
It matters, Jamaica Kune. You know why? If you're playing a 4-2-3-1 system, you need someone to push back the two centre backs them. Whisper is not going to be the one doing that. He's going to be taking on the full backs them. So that means to include Whisper in it, you have to take out one of the wingers them and then put an actual striker there, because he's a wing forward, so it matters. But I agreed with your Jamaican Guna with his the reason why he gave me for his inclusion. I'm just saying, I just want people to know where he plays so they don't get it confused. Because you're not going to put him in a Mikel. You would take out Leon Bailey out of the team or Jamal out of the team and then make Mikel Antonio plays. Because Leon Bailey now go a striker and supply Whisper. It now go work. That metric said does not go work. Team, it going to make it easier for team break it down. That's me just say I try reason with the commenter. Because he said he plays football, so I'm just trying to explain to him where the player plays. That's all. Me never argue your point. You said, you explained to me, and I said, okay, I am okay with him in the team. But I'm just trying to show you that it's different with strikers. So I would class Whisper as a forward, not a striker. I would class him as a forward, not a striker. So he could play a striker role, but I don't think he predominantly want to play a striker role because strikers have different things twined into their system, and you have to want to do all of those things. And I think him playing as a striker take away those things from his game, Jamaican Guna, because everything we talk about is his cutting, his flair and skill, and want to take on people. In a forward roles,
He's young.
you
He
don't
can
get the
develop,
space,
my
you know.
bro. He's young. He's not the completed article as yet.
Yes,
He's young and he
we
has
know
room
that.
to develop.
But Jamaican Guna, we're talking about now.
Cristiano Ronaldo started as a winger.
But
Michael Antonio
Jamaican Guna,
started as a right back.
but
He has room to
Jamaican
develop
Guna, we
and
know
grow
that.
and learn,
Jamaican
bro.
Guna,
So
but
don't judge him too harshly. Just look at the potential that is
Jamaican, you
there.
judge me, I
And
judge
if you
him.
believe in the potential that is
But
there, then you
Jamaican
can say,
Guna,
all right, him have the potential to grow
but
and do
Jamaican
whatever. He's not
Guna,
going to be the completed article as it.
Jamaican
The man
Guna,
career just a start
oh
with me.
Lord, Jamaican
We
Guna, me not,
basically know where him play. We might
Jamaican,
say, suppose it can be a 10 years down the road, we start end up playing a central attacking midfielder. We
but
don't know.
Jamaican Guna, me never judge him. Me I try explain to the people and where him play. That's all. Me just,
No, I'm saying to you that is to me that's a mute point because him can play anywhere. Him can play anywhere. Him just a developing football, bro. Him just a start. So right now he can start out. Oh, he's a wing forward, but him can develop and become a full blown striker like what happened with Thierry Henry and Cristiano Ronaldo. They started out on the wing and then they became a full blown striker in the center. So you know what I mean?
and
Similar to he would be like similar to like a Mbappe then, where started out on the wing and then he started
but
in basically
you know
running
what him
to the
have to do
forward
now, Jamaican
position.
Guna? Instant as him go in the striker position in a city in a Premier League, you know what now? Him have to put on more body. So the extra speed that he would have had, he wouldn't carry it over. He might add more power. You understand me? So positions, Jamaican Guna, added different other more materials to your side, your body. Michael Antonio, he was always big and thick, but he has to be even bigger and thicker to go into the striker pool because you have to start hold up. You get me? Hold up and also run behind is two different functions. You need more speed and torque to run behind. So he has to be more leaner. So sometimes when we are talking about a wing forward, it's completely different. Why you think what's reaching Bailey now? Because he doesn't have the body to do those things and he doesn't have the size. Whisper has the body, but I think this is what Whisper was made out to be actual wing forward and not a post-up striker. You understand me? Yes, so that's how we are saying. So obviously he's going to learn. Of course, once you go in the Chelsea system, you're going to learn, you're going to improve. But I think he will always want this style. You know why? Because I think he's a crowd pleaser. And the crowd pleaser added more flair to their game. So I'm just reading what he's doing right now and said I think he would prefer to be a wing forward at all times rather than an actual striker. So that's all I would say. I will leave it there based on my assessment. And I think he enjoys being the crowd pleaser. So I think he would want to be a wing forward more than an actual striker. You know? Yeah, that's all I'm saying still. You know? But I understand where you're coming from. Everybody learns. And I'm not bringing down the kid when I said he's a wing forward. Wing forward is an actual special role in football now. So I'm giving him even more credit for him to be pulling it off at this age. You get me? So I like it. I like it, man. I like it, man. You get me? Yeah, I like it, man. I like it, man. You get me? So it's okay, big boss. It's not an argument. But remember this is to draw awareness to people. So when the coach pick the team, no one confused say, hey, oh, we spend them at the team and I am the biggest thing and them stuff there. We want people to know that there's a possibility he could make the team and how much credit you need to give him if he make the main team. You understand me? Because the players that we truly have. If you look at this now, you have Jamalo, Michael Antonio, Leon Bailey, Bobby Reed in our front four. That is incredibly, people. That is incredible. I don't know how this team can reach a World Cup, You get me? I don't know how this team can reach a World Cup because me no know another team of them 4 players and then if you want to even add people, you look at who you're bringing on. If you're going to make a substitution, look at who you're bringing on. You have Andre Gure here, Paris here, and then if you say you want to add Whisper to it, you add Whisper to it. And if others come back, you have Kemar Roof coming back. You understand me? Yeah, after that it kind of dropped down a little bit, and then you have the Roberts, the Whisper is in it already, and then you have to go to the JPL. But that's 8, 9, 10 forwards strong of good quality players. So no, that's what. And you have Shamar Nicholson. Whenever you put in Shamar Nicholson in this conversation, and Shamar Nicholson, I never even want to touch Shaman Liquors conversation, guys. You get me?
Shaman Nicholson is once he's available and he's injury free. Shaman Nicholson is a must call in my opinion for Jamaica side. He's our second best striker in my opinion.
Yes, and Shamar Nicholson is not in this lineup, and I think Shamar Nicholson could play off this Jamal Lowe position, but Jamal Lowe is ridiculously faster than Shamar Nicholson. Yes, Jamal Lowe is very fast, very, very fast. Very fast and strong. So, but Shamal Nicholson could play that left wing forward role because he played it for Shalarai as well. Because Shaman Nicholson is no Shaman Nicholson really playing the forward, the striker role properly. You know? It's no, he was playing wing forward for Shalarai as well. And now I saw them tried him a few times in Russia, and he dropped to centre forward, and he never looked good. They had to take him off. You understand me? So, guys, roles are important. You get me? Because it's not every player fits for every role. You get me? So we have a good amount of player, man. We have a good amount of player. All right, Clark Harris, we don't know about his paper. And we have the next Clark. Clark will play under 20s. He is eligible to play for Jamaica because obviously they saw that he played. So he has to go in the pool as well. And he's more of a striker. So even if Jamari Clark and Whisper can be on the same field, and both of them start up a ridiculous duo of young kids. You see that Jamaican Guna? Because he would be playing the Michael Antonio role, and then Whisper would be playing the Jamal Lowe or Leon Bailey role. So both of them can exist, and even Tyler Roberts can fit over that. So the amount of player Jamaica have, brother, we don't know why we even, what I'm tell you. But Jamaican Guna give you... Yeah,
I don't think the players is our problem still. Yeah, JS Aguna, you're still there? The Volume Police. You there?
JS Aguna, the Volume Police. Why are you JS Aguna new name?
Once we are talking Volume.
And a styling thing I go on, big man.
People, and that's so we
talk
because we love the football.
I noticed as your point was getting more crucial to be made, your decibel level kept going up. So,
Yes, because that's a cementing point,
You claim
my
that
decibel level is
normally.
I'm going to be closer to the microphone still.
I don't know.
Let me get some comments.
I was the decibel police. That activated.
All right, so let me...
don't worry, man. Cool enough for a fight on stream. We are unified right now. We have to be unified.
All right, so
that
guys, smash the like button because one thing I know about we take it personal and we know what we're talking about because we are watch every step of a player. So when they come here, like my boys, Wizards, I mean, I have the sense in play football, but Wizards I play football too. But me also do more than just playing football now. You understand me? And it's my job to know what these guys doing on fields. You understand me? Because that would make me into a better person to identify talents. Yes, so Wizard, don't judge people off just the back, alright? Yes. And if you had listened to his actual handler, you would have realized that I'm right. You get me? But because you just want to make up your story off your own, Wizard. But big up yourself. You always come here and challenge me. And I love that because when people challenge me, I actually learn off people challenging me. Alright? Alright, we have a call coming in. Mr. Kalisha Walsh. Good afternoon. Big up yourself. What you say on this matter? All right, and please keep it respectful, Kalita Walsh. All right, you have 5 minutes to go, and give me what you have to say, Mr. Kalita Walsh. I'm not censoring you, but I'm just telling you. Yes.
Man, blessings, man. Big up to your panelists and the callers in the wing there, Yeah, I'm looking on the program a while ago and I saw you put on some players. So this squad is what for the upcoming Mexico match?
Yes.
Okay. There's a strong possibility we might have Isaac Yedlin or Jonathan Russell.
Well, I don't know, so I will have to wait. I don't know,
right. So
yeah.
Those two names that I called, those two players could fit in where Lambert is, And I don't know if Holgate is starting out because Holgate couldn't take over Damian low position and Ben Godfrey him coming to because remember that day I heard that the coach went to Everton have some meeting with these guys to get them in. So if the papers them look about and everybody want to keep it in our church. if Ben Godfrey come in, he gonna play the CDM along with the centre back position and the right back position too. That's how good that kid is, Ben Godfrey. And I don't know the story with Omari Gray if he want to come and play for us. So that's
Okay.
another
Yeah, but
heading for them.
what we
But,
sure, Big Boss, what we sure what we have that we are work with right now. We're sure of having these players coming in, so we just want to work on that. We don't want to. One thing about me and this channel, we never act like we know everything. You have a lot of people in Jamaica like to
yeah,
run on and
definitely.
nuff up themselves and act like they know everything, and then when them get it wrong, them can't even come up and say them get it wrong. We are not that type of person. And we don't know nothing we are going
But you
in
know
the
that, man. I know
workings.
that.
We just go off football in education and what we saw so far. Yeah.
Yeah. But what would be a good thing for Jamaica right now? I would love the coach to scout Ethan Pinnock partner that plays on the left side, Rico Henry. Rico Henry and him play, they have a real good partnership for Brentford. The guy who could even come in, that's gonna be great. But I see where you have Amal Knight. I would prefer play Corey Adai
I die.
in
Okay.
goal. Yeah. And the kid Jamal wait him nobody, Him have good potential. But sometimes Amal Knight key tend to be lapsed. Not
Okay.
a bad keeper still, uh, here. And we have Damian Law and I prefer play more. Because Moore is back now playing for Reading. Right, so
Okay.
I prefer more play right there. Yeah, man. But so far still that's basically what we have right now.
Okay.
Any substitution, you could have maybe pull Bobby Reed and put in Daniel Johnson, or maybe pull a Ravel and put in Daniel Johnson in those positions there.
All right. So, Mr. Walsh, based on what you saw over the two games, and because we want to make sure the call them don't exceed certain time, yeah, because we want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
it's done at a certain time. What you saw from the games, the two games of Trinidad, that you could say that
Yeah.
these two persons or three persons, aside from what you knew, included in the team, should be in the team. Like new addition, who you
I
saw that you
didn't, I
think can
didn't, I
make that break.
didn't, I didn't get a chance to see the second game, unfortunately. I was so busy. But based on the first game, I would think I would put Hutchinson among it and Lambikisa. You know, um, the guy that from Cavalier, he play on the wing. He play the
Busy
left
you're
wing.
talking, busy,
Busy,
yes.
right? Busy wasn't bad.
Okay.
And of course Jamal, we know that he can keep. He wasn't bad. But
Okay.
apart from that, I don't really see nobody else right now.
Okay.
And I didn't want to look on Splatt, but didn't get a chance to really see Splatt to see how him play. And this guy named Casanova from Tottenham, did he get a chance to play in the second game?
No, he never played. So he came in for training, basically, to make the coach see him and stuff. Because obviously he's coming from injury and maybe the risk is too great. At least for now. But maybe if you do see him back, it simply means he was impressive in training, but just never had enough fitness time, and you don't want that to reoccur in real time. You get me? Yes.
That just show that the coach is a good coach.
Yeah, but we never
Because that's
we never have
something.
no problem to say the coach is a good coach. To be honest, all right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the reason why I say that, if a player is not match sharp and ready, you don't want to play him to make him aggravate him injuries. So that is something good.
Yes. Uh, so
Yeah, so
just
far,
give you a prediction for the Mexico game and how you think it will be, so we can just get on back with the panel because the panel they are waiting.
yeah,
You get me? Yeah. So
yeah, man. Boy, that game will be a tough game, but they say before I even mention the prediction, I'm gonna touch on that point with what you said. They said based on these four front players that you have on the board here now, it is like mind-boggling now. We can't be able to like put a good team together to win the World Cup. Remember one of the problems we face, we never have all of the quality for all of our best players one time. It always was the travel ban with COVID, or some players injured, or some players have problem with clubs coming in. some problem. We never yet have everybody at the disposal or best team put together. So that was one of the main concern. You understand?
But did we actually
But
know
if
our
you
best
can,
players? Because remember, Mikel Antonio sit on the bench while everybody running up and down in El Salvador. So I don't really 100% agree with we never have all of our best players one time. That is slightly true, but we had good players capable of winning games that we sit back and wait until it's too long, then bring them on and then still give it up in the end. So it's not just fully we never had the best players them here. All right, Mikel Antonio sit on a bench until 70th minute. Then they brought him in. Then he ran down the entire pitch and dropped the ball in the back of the net.
but baby, may know that was coach of the madness. That wasn't coaching. That was something different, like have a vendetta against some foreign man or something. You
Yes,
understand?
but
You
I,
should
I understand.
call that coaching.
But I understand.
Trust
But
me.
but through your conversation started with this is the reason why we never qualify. But I'm saying I saw enough instances where we have capable players better than the next team, but still never pull it off. So coaching was a part of it as well. Yeah, because
Yeah,
coaching
man.
decides who touch the field or not. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
And this coach we have, he love a 4-4-2 formation. And I'm looking at Leon Bailey playing so far. And in my estimation, if we go with a 4-4-2, I don't love him play either Mikel Antonio and Leon Bailey up front. Like what Una Emery use with Aston Villa when when Leon Bailey play up front with something there.
And you think Liam Bailey is doing a
When
good job playing up front? Because them not think so.
I saw him in 2 games, I never look bad. But if you don't have that option, I'm not go with a Mikel Antonio and a Kemar Roof up front.
Oh, Kemar Roof is
Or
not available. Let's take Kemar Roof out of the conversation.
Roof injured.
he's still
Roof is the
injured.
next Kevin Stewart.
Oh, okay. Well, this coach gonna play a 4-4-2. So more than likely, seeing that Shamar scored in Mexico the last time, he must put Shamar and Antonio up front.
Yes.
And of course, I will put Bobby Reed on the left, Leon Bailey on the right, and with them interchange throughout the game. And inside the middle, I play either Ravel or Daniel Johnson as the man who will pull the string the cam. And if we can get out that decent enough CDM to jump in there, so in the middle, that's gonna be great.
Okay.
And
All
of
right.
course the back line.
So,
Because this guy, I heard that he play right back to
big boss.
lead.
Big boss, give me the prediction. Me have to catch up back with him. It's a 5 minutes and a 10 minutes you're
Yeah.
taking now. Big boss, and your mechanics caller coming in, so the panel can't give a come in.
Yeah, man.
We
All
have to
right.
work
So
with
the
it through.
prediction, boy, the prediction
Yeah.
is a 1 love or 2 love. I don't know which team will take the 1 love. It's a 1 love or 2 love.
You can't join the prediction king squad. You have to can say something. You can't just say it's a 1 love or a 2 love. You sound like me. According to
But I'm not telling you,
Jason.
the game will be tight still now, but
Carl, I'll take a
I am,
range
I,
of
I,
prediction. Give me all just choose one.
I tell you, the prediction is that one is tough. Before we wait about down the next week, we think about it long and hard.
All right. So we
Yeah,
link up then, big
to
Yeah,
be
boss.
man.
honest, would I wait
Yeah, man.
on
Cool.
the
Take care, man. All
squad
right,
first
easy.
before we can really predict. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna link up then. Your boss, eh?
Yeah, man. Take care. Full respect.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, yeah, people. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Hello, good night.
Manners JD.
Wagwan. Big up, man. Sorry about that. I drew a next caller on the line. So yeah, deal with.
That's cool, man. Can you go to one question, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, as a coach, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you have the ability to improve a player confidence, a young player confidence.
Yes.
Why you say that?
Because you identify what he does and what he doesn't do, and confidence always comes from positive inputs. So if you failed 4 or 5 times, but I can tell you that, okay, listen to me now. You're making 2 steps wide. That's why every single time when you're peeling off the forward channels, the wide channels. That's why you keep on getting caught easier by the foul, the right and left, the left back or right back, whichever wings you're on. So come in two more placement, and I think you can do it because you have a certain amount of speed, such and such for the timing, and you can prove it. So I would say that if you could you could place the information, which is correct, the correct information, it is the mindset of you can't do it, and thus giving you more confidence instant because you're proving, say, I can do it on maybe like on like a computer, but you have to go out and do it.
All right. So in a sense, yeah, we basically I say it's all your structure, your criticism then, or you criticize a player,
Yes.
or your
No,
all
no, no,
right.
no, no, not the criticism. No, I just thought that because that is not criticism. I was just telling him that this is what to get it solved. You know, I never even pointed out his flaws. Yeah, kind of pointed out his flaws, but continue.
Right. All right. Cool. So what the reason I'm not asking you know is because me basically feel like certain things is structured on the show can damage a young player, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
Right. And you have some people calling for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Them not really have no form of art when it comes on to criticizing a player. And Jamaica have a terrible fan base, in my humble opinion. If not Macy Greenwood or Ivan Tony and Missy Jamaica fans behave and talk and communicate the way they communicate, not come play for Jamaica. I'm not seeing the reason to come play for Jamaica, and I would not. Right? The fans are terrible, and them just don't know how to be fans. But then I made the game last night, right?
Yeah.
And first and foremost, a lot of the people that are fans, they don't even know the players. Me, a man behind me, I say, oh, the blonde hair boy there. Them don't know the players, them brother. They them call him. No, they were talking about Omari Hutchinson.
Oh, Hutchinson. Wow. So they didn't know Hutchinson? Wow. Damn.
They don't know him. If you see these fans at times, bro, you wonder where them are coming from. They know about bush ball game, bush league ball game. They not take the time to invest to know the players, know where them are come from, what are them potential. They know nothing. Then just come and then don't see who them want to see. Then just criticize.
So,
right? And
so based off that what you just said, you don't think that maybe that is one of the reasons what hold us down from qualifying because what you're just describing now, a pure pressure that because now you bully people to say if me not see my player, me not come watch it none at all. So it's not like a Jamaica love.
I agree, but that's the thing, because it's a fan I talk right now, right? So I'm gonna try to tell you, the fans and the people that want to allow up on the show more time to come and comment. Them people they discourage it. A lot of them just have agenda. Some of them not even show up or turn up a match. They just come comment when time them have negative things to say. They are not here to like videos, not here to support anything. They might just bring them. And when you read them comment there, you must ignore them. And me personally, I believe that as a YouTube show that is this powerful, because people don't know the power of media and information being spewed on the media. I feel say, you give so much people call in. You have a few amount of people that you trust that have knowledge about football, and then come for your panel and have a discussion.
So that's why you want me to keep the show then. Those panelists then, like what I normally did before.
But when we look for most big shows, we call them now, like United Stand, follow the channel. You not get nobody calling for that show there because the man knows you have people with agenda, you have English-based people we just want to see English players in the Manchester team. So you now give nobody no time to call in to spew them type of bull crap there. If you see the comment, you read it and you pass it off. You have to just understand that people always have agenda. And that's my take still.
Yeah, man, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
One next week. Right. That's what I'm saying. Before your settings can come off wrong at times. Because me know say you have a personal agenda, right? But the only thing is, if Jamaica play, if Trinidad play long ball, right, in the first match, and they got a few chances to score, right? And you said them could have given 4 or 5, which is factual, right? Jamaica play the same long ball. Trinidad sit back, the level play there in the ball. Trinidad sit back, they force Jamaica to play long, right? We played the long ball, it was ugly, right? But we got a few chances from it that we could have scored. I don't want to make the same statement that we could have scored 3 goals from Trinidad based
Okay,
on those long balls.
maybe you missed my because I did went in and said the difference between Trinidad's long ball, they turn out into chances. You have entries. Entries are from the wing, the channels them before coming in. Jamaica never really make no chances in the first game. They had entries. Even the coach came up and said we never change. After me talk about it, the coach Mr. Hallgrimsson have it out there and said, yeah, we created so much entries, so in and around the 18-yard box, but we never create no full-fledged chances. Trinidad created 6 full-fledged chances. So they change
The
their
long ball.
entries into chances with long balls as well. But the long balls, you know why I don't complain about the long balls? Look, when Whisper and Hutchinson rush inside because we had the continuity and we are trying to close them down to suffocate them to get the ball in the back of net, they passed it out over the top, drop it right into the left back side, and then our right back run come up the pitch to come and sell himself, and that's how he lift it over him. So even though it's a long ball, it's not a wayward one coming deep from our defensive third. It's coming from in the midfield to come right into the start of the defensive third. So even though it's a long ball, it's a more accurate and more higher successful rate long ball because it's not from my 18-yard box to your 18-yard box. Those are wayward long balls. It's like quarter of the distance from where we Jamaica keep them long ball from. But it's still a registered long ball for true, you know. But you see, context matters. You see it?
Right, I agree. I agree to some extent, because with the long balls, me personally believe that Jamaica defend those long ball poorly, right? And that's why Trinidad got them in some cases. All right. Next again to more of the highlight because you see, pleasing me know Jamaica people, them are the hardest things to please, especially they never like you from day one.
Yeah.
One of the hardest things to please.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you pick up a side in less than a week, some young teenagers basically to play against a team that more gel together and have a coach for a longer time period, which of them are sit back and play the ball game, which are the easiest ball game to play. Sit back and counter. No team in the world wants to play against a side that sit back with 11 players. You expect a team that don't know each other that well, I can pass the ball fast enough to break down a team that is sitting back with players that are built strong. It not gonna happen. It not. That's why the game they look that terrible. It not gonna happen. When I care who have the high expectation there, it just never did that happen. The game was slow, and the man them could have running back in that space. They didn't even come out of space because it was slow. People have to look good. Who them are look fast about because they're not familiar with players. As they so I think the fans are beating the players way too hard.
Let me add something to that. It's just because you see when you have information, just as I told you that if I'm coaching a player, I would call him over and explain to him the time everything, so to educate him, to inform him. I think now most of these fans' eyes have opened because remember they had the players. So for instance, like John Barnes, if John Barnes come out and tell you that anytime a player turn up, him can turn up today, tomorrow, yesterday, anytime. And if you have all of those players on the field, it's even if a 2 training session, you're gonna see something. The problem is, I think a lot. I'm just coming to the people in defense it's certainly just slightly. You never really see much. You clearly saw that Lambikisa is a talent. You clearly saw that Hutchinson is a talent. You clearly saw that majority of the man where we expect to see. Even Whisper, we saw that he is a talent. Obviously, we expected more from all 3 of them, but you can clearly see that they're a talent. But you take the whole 11 to be flicking if they are if they are playing for the first time. You have the one of the whole at the same level, all the same level for you to get it work. But it can work. People going in one training session and come out and show you something because they happen. They brought a full 11 come here to Jamaica to play Jamaica's best team, and you had one of our biggest footballer covering the game, De La Pena. said, how is it possible for you guys to just play one game, one training session, and come out here and play football like that? And that's why you had John Barnes come out and tell you, say, I think we can play football anyways. So they up in and said, and why Jamaica always make excuse, say we need more time and more time. And him say the level of the footballers count. So if we had the full 11 of footballers that has the right level education. Remember Trinidad, Trinidad now play football for 2.5 years, You get me? But them in a camp. And them play 2 friendlies before. But them not really get the true test. But them still look like them know them I do. So even when you say that they're in a back line, they're okay. You know why they sit in the back line? Because the 2 forwards them keep on pressing them back. So none of them want to sit back. It's because you clog up the space with the 2 forwards. So you have to rest their forwards and then build their first centre backs and then build with their wing, their left and right backs and build their play. They never really sit back, to be honest. Because it's just their centre back sit back with them our forwards. So you get no, I'm just trying to clear up why I think the fans them think like that. It's because we give them too much information. Like all of those information, and they hear big players telling them that. So maybe those big players put the pressure on these younger players coming in. I
disagree with that in a somewhat. I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with it in a somewhat. Right? So one, everything have to be placed in context.
Yes,
right?
True.
More Manu on my team, right? And these are players that are together for majority of the time period, playing together. And we can tell you this, once you play against a team that is going to play football, the game become a lot easier. That's why Manu enjoy playing against side like Leeds, right? But once you go play against a team that is going to sit compact and wait for you to do certain things, it becomes a much harder task, especially if some people don't know each other, are familiar with each other for a very long time period.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that setting up, because remember, off the ball runs and stuff, people can't just get it one time. But he never meant it by that, like, oh, you're gonna have full chemistry. But he said once you're good, you're gonna turn up and play on the field, and more likely, if you have the 11 good players on the field, it will connect enough. If you have a team that is not at the highest level, you can take advantage of it. And Jamaica's team that we thought at that time was a big team, they were not at the highest level in worldwide football. And to be fair, put the context in, it was a bunch of big ballers them bringing in the 80s come play. Because remember, our same baller that born in Jamaica, he was one of the biggest footballers in England history. You understand me? So you know the quality of players that they were using. So I understand, man. So you're right there, but that's why I put the context to it.
That's all I say still. I'm just up and keep your show going.
Yeah, man. We will consider the panelist thing only, or we try to structure it better. So when people watch the games, come with the information. So no problem. Respect and thanks, yeah?
Manners.
Yeah. All right, so let we chop up the rest of the show. Thanks very much, people, for being here. Hope past 14,000 likes now and going into 15,000. All right, that would be grateful. All right, Marlon, we're gonna drop the link. Just join the Discord. Yeah, you can come in on the Discord where everybody there. I'm gonna give you the link, big boss. I'm gonna drop the link, Marlon. Jason, yeah, may I try to drop the link for Discord? Jason, drop the link for the Discord, please, because I'm using the cell phone. I don't know where the chat is on my program. So yes, so people get the likes to 200, man. Come on, man. The show we get good callers, and you see callers that say we top take call, and him come in as a good caller. Boy, I don't know, So
I was gonna say the callers today. Big up the callers, like good points. Everybody call up them points and different points of view that make the show nice.
That's what I want the show to be, Yes, so please drop the link, Jason, so we can get Marlon on the show, so we can chop up the rest of it. All right?
May I look fit. May I forward it?
So Jamaican Guna. So based on this now, let me go to the Mexico squad, because Mexico have some good players, All right. What should we be expecting then? Because we saw enough of the coach now. We saw enough of the coach, guys. Yes, so people that Marlon, you can just click the link and come in the Discord because the sound is better in the Discord. So Jason, based on we saw enough of the coach system now, what should we be expecting for the Mexico game?
I think in going to this Mexico game, it's gonna be interesting because I think this coach in his style, that he kind of, when he reverts to type and does what he wants to do the most, he's gonna play a compact defensive game, right? And I think the way the formation is set up, it kind of lends itself to playing a team that's gonna more attack us. So I think in a way it might be helpful that he is playing against a team like Mexico in the next game. Not to say that it's going to be easy for us or anything, but I just think that his coaching style might suit us having to play a more counter-attacking style. So I'm looking forward to see how we operate when we won't have the ball for long stretches of the game. Can we stay compact and not get stretched? Because every time he does an interview, he brings up how he wants the team to play compact. Like he says that more than any other word. Compact, compact, compact. And I'm interested to see how we do against the Mexico team that will have probably, 60 to 70% of the possession on the day. Make sure that we can stay focused and compact and not get stretched too much. And when we do win the ball, I hope we can have the confidence to keep it and not just go direct. Now, if the direct opportunity presents itself, by all means, go for it. But we should be able to reset again and try to build as well and not be chasing the game for the whole 90 minutes. Because I think against these teams, especially the Central Americans, we tend to concede late goals because I think we spend so much time off the ball chasing that we have nothing left to finish out the game and defend. So I'm hoping that we can keep the ball a little bit more than we have in the past against Mexico.
Okay, all right. Jamaica Guna, what say you on the matter for the Mexico? Oh, Jamaica Guna gone? Okay. All right. So as I said, on YouTube, Owen. Okay, that's a Owen. All right. So let me see. Jamaican era. Why Jamaica always make excuses for some waste baller? Okay. So who are those waste ballers that you're talking about, bro? All right. So let me see. We are trying to get Jamaican Guna, you're back now. All right, good. So Jamaican Guna, what say you?
Yeah.
What are you expecting for the Mexico game side?
All right, for the Mexico game still, boy, listen me. I think we're both I've been paying attention to the Mexico team. I think they're in a transition. They're trying to rebuild their side. They're looking for a forward, where they can, be reliable. But they're scouting players. They're basically in the same development stage as we are. But going into that Azteca, it won't be easy. It won't be very easy. Now, here's what the problem is now. A lot of these players are not used to that condition in the Azteca. And that will be an issue for those inexperienced players. We saw it in Canada in the World Cup qualifiers, in which some of the players weren't used to the conditions. So that is going to play an important role. The environment in which the players playing. I am hoping that we can go there and get a draw to add some credibility to our thing and not get beaten up tremendously. But they are going to be having players who are hungry and they might want to come out and come six with. But I don't, based on what I've seen so far, I can be wrong, but based on what I've seen so far, I don't think we have a lot of maybe 4 or 5 top players that will come in. We have 4 or 5 top players as well that can come in and hold our own. When we bring in Pinnock and Bailey and hopefully Michael Antonio and we have quality players that can come in. Bobby Reed, we have players that can come in and we look at players isn't our problem. I don't think Jamaica had a problem with players. We had better players than teams who qualified. We had better players in my opinion than even Costa Rica. In my opinion, I think we had better players than Costa Rica. They qualified and we didn't. So I think it's just the coaching and how the team gels and how they work well together and the system that we're playing. I am yet to see a system that this coach is playing. I don't know what what is going on. But the only small thing I can see, and if I'm looking like through a magnifying glass, is they're more inclined to put on the ball. But because of what is going on, a lot of the local players, them feel them thing like for like yesterday's match. Two people got the ball 4 or 5 times and just kick with the ball. Because they're used to picking the ball and just move the ball up the field, and they're not used to holding the ball. Then the ball come like it a hot pepper or hot bread or something where I bun them, like them do them well and get with that. So comfortable on the ball. Hopefully, we can have the coach, implementing a system that we can see a system of play, and hopefully, I would like to see some of more local game. So I would like to see maybe the coach having a seminar or something where we call it the local coaches and speak to them, because the local lads, the way they play and their training and their regimen, the food that they eat and so on and so forth, and it's going to be essential, because to get them in the system, to get them up to the professional level, to get them up to the international level, it's going to take work, and you can see it in these 2 games that a lot of the local lads are not there as yet. So hopefully that is something that I'm looking forward to seeing. So it's not just the game itself, because the Nation League game is not just the game itself, but it's preparation leading up to the game that is going to be integral in how we perform in the game.
All right, respect, Marcy. Just to go through a few of the players that you can know them. Roberto De La Rosa, 23 years old, and he's coming from Pachuca. We have Henry Martin. He was in the team already, so we know Henry Martin. He scores against Jamaica. Just put him on the field.
Henry Martin is on fire.
He's the terrorizer of Jamaica.
He's gone 11 from 11.
He's the terrorizer. No, we never talk about what him do. Otherwise, they just bring him on against Jamaica and him score against Jamaica. So he's one of the terrorizers. So we have to avoid Henry Martin. He's in the squad back again. Then they put in Santiago Jimenez, one of the highest rated strikers. I think he's gonna be special. I think he's going to be up there with like Raul Jimenez. A very good player, very, very good player. I like him, man. I like him. He's coming in from Feyenoord. As you know, it's from my region.
Yeah,
so
he's coming for the touch. He's coming for the touch from Raul. Yes,
very good player, man. Just look out for him. I think he's gonna mash up Concacaf. Just watch. All right, so they have.
Hopefully, him wait till after the 26th to do that, you know.
Okay, no, but him can't mash it up in a one day. He can't mash up Concacaf in one day. Yeah, so Raul Jimenez coming in from Wolves, a next top addition, just like how we have our Mikel Antonio. They have them. Diego Lainez. I think if he was born in Jamaica, you guys would have said Diego Lainez 65 times skiller than Walter Boyd. I am very sorry, but
Diego Lainez is a killer, man.
Jamaica. If Diego Lainez was born in Jamaica, we never would have talked about a next footballer. I think he needs to do skill session. I don't think he's a footballer. He's like a showboat. But people saw him play for Jamaica. He play against Jamaica. You get me?
He's gone back to Mexico this season.
Yes, and it's the best thing for him because he never get any game, and this guy is so skilled. This is one of the most embarrassing talents I've seen coming out from Mexico in history. The man is so skilled, but for some, I don't know if he has behavior problems around the clubs but he goes to so much clubs, and for some reason they don't want. I think I read an article, and this is where I come back to beat Jamaican Guna about this behavior now. You know, so Diego, him have a behavior problem, and when he up on fields, him is like one of the low percentage players them. Like he always want to take the Euro channel. You get what I say?
I was gonna say that's exactly what gets him out in Europe. You know. Remember,
I think he's one of
the Spanish teams don't like to concede possession, and he tries so hard to play the perfect passes and play those risky passes and risky shots that Jamaican Guna loves, you know?
Thank you. So Jamaican Guna, that's what I'm trying to tell you. When he comes on to skill, Diego Lainez, the other day, you see him come on the field and take a Bailey ball and then go back and mash up everybody in the Jamaica Stadium. And mash up everybody and pass the ball again. And then go back and mash up everybody again. Jamaican going on, but the man problem is nowadays football gone to analytics and the skill and hope no work again. People be more analytical. This is the higher percentage. I know you're saying that football should
Yes,
go back to football.
probability.
Yes.
Probability is an important thing. Probabilities, yes.
But that's why I said Richards have to make sure you watch these players. This man is one of the highest rated players. He's still at 2.5 million, even though he hasn't played for the longest time. And he just needs to kick on and he goes back to 30. He can be a $35 million player. Easy. Easy. He just need to damn play and so that's why I always say football is not about skill, because I've never seen a Jamaican player skiller than him. I have never seen it. And the man can't get on in a big clubs because they don't live to what their standard is. And even in Mexico, him can't get on to as well. Jamaican going on, even in Mexico, him don't get that big hype as what we would have given him, because the type of football we like. Because they don't believe in his style of football. You understand me? Yes, so we have to understand that this type of football don't work worldwide. You understand? We can do it in the Concacaf and mash up everybody.
I mean, I agree with you that that kind of football is being eradicated out of football. And I don't think that is something that should be heralded. I don't think that should be the greatest thing, because the football, they might move like a robot. So you have players now like a Neymar, or you have players now like a Anthony, who more flary and skill and shoot good. Those players are always going to be football is entertainment first, my bro.
Okay.
Football is still entertainment first. So at the end of the day, you still need those players to be entertainers, but not every player is going to be entertainer. And every player who loves shit for people and sell other people is going to be the best at it either. You're always going to have levels to everything. You know what I mean? So he might not
I think an important part of that too, Guna, is like, I don't want to eradicate the flair. I agree with you there. And Anthony, even though he's a flair player, there are times in the game when he get the ball, he just control the ball and release it, you know?
Yes.
So it's about the decision making with the flair. You know, you can't just, all right, may have flair. Every time I get the ball, I'm going to use flair. No, sometimes it don't require to use it.
I agree with you there.
So that is Diego Lainez, and then you have Uriel Antuna. Giovanni don't rate him, but he's one of the man. That's the Bobby Reed. He's the Bobby Reed of the Mexican team. He just do everything on point. So I wouldn't rate him. I still think he's a good baller. I see him play against high enough quality teams, and he does the right things. Him is not the best flary talent, because I don't think he's as good as Lainez. And I think a lot of people would put him in their team than Lioness. Jason. So
a lot of Mexican coaches have done that. So
yes, but
it depends on what the coach wants, which you always say. Sometimes we just look at which player better, which player do this more. No, sometimes it's what the coach needs in that particular part of the field or in the system.
Yeah.
So those players that are more industrious and maybe don't use as much flair, certain coaches would have said, yo, I need a guy like that in my team.
There you go, Jason. Now, look. Have you ever heard a coach say, ex-player, him have to dead on the field?
Mm-hmm.
What they mean, is that sometimes it's not just what a player can contribute by making a pass or scoring. Sometimes that player takes out 2-3 players out of the game because they have to cover him,
Yep.
So I will use my team as example. Look, Saka has played 27 games straight, right? Because the coach knows that when him on the field, 3 players that go on, I got them a triple up on him, and the 3 players that out of the game. So Saka will make enough space and use his intelligence. He knows that when 3 players pull towards him, he use his intelligence that when he reach at the right place, he knock off the ball and 3 players gone out of the game totally. So it's just to use your skill and creativity wisely. But some people do not do it. So maybe Lannis is one player, but me know him is a skillful player. You might take out the ball and chop 3, 4, 5 man out of them skin, bro.
I want to show you the next thing. A part of the reason why Arsenal been so effective this year is because if you check Saka decision making when to attack the defender and when to just reset, it's like he mastered it this season.
Yeah, man.
And that did get him out. That did get him out years previous. You see him go down in some channel when he can't come out. You don't see him do that again. He only go down there when he know he can get out. So the flair mixed with the decision is the crucial key point that push Saka over the line this year to make people say, yo, he might be world class, He might actually be world class. And it's the decision making improvement that
And let me give you some kudos.
Because he had all the skill last year.
I hear JD said this all the while. He said a lot of it is physical, but a whole lot of it is the mentality. Which is
70%.
superior, in my opinion, to the physicality. Because a player who knows how to think smartly to get himself out of trouble is way better than a player who have to do work to get himself out of trouble.
Yeah.
And you're just on the point as well.
But Jamaica-
To go down some
Jamaica
dead
Guna-
ends, and that is the problem that is affecting Reece Nelson.
But-
And that report is trying to work on now. Get Reece Nelson to
He's
stop
another
on
one.
the dead end.
He's another one that you can see is
Pastor,
improved
live
output
in a murder.
directly down to decision
can't do
making
this, can't
because
do.
he always had the skill and the flair and the speed and everything. But in decision making was poor.
True, very true.
Yeah, so let me just go through the rest of the squad for the show the people. So we have Alvarado with Antuna, all right, an ex-solid player. He coming from Deportivo Guadalajara, or whatever it's one team, yeah. Guadalajara.
Have time for Alvarado. Yeah, good
Yes,
player.
and then we have Lozano, which you guys have to know Lozano. As you can see, Napoli 28
Napoli.
million, and Napoli is one of the best teams in the world right now. Yes, so you know that he's coming in with a good form. All right, and then you have Gonzalez. You have Antoda Gonzalez, left winger, as you can see right here. Monterrey is coming in from Cardova. Think this guy don't get much respect, but these are some of the players coming in to try and make them name. So Sebastian Cardova, quality player. I actually like.
Yeah, he was in that Olympic squad with the rest of them. Yeah.
Then you have Pineda. Everyone knows Pineda.
He's gone to Greece now, right? Or overseas somewhere. I think Athens or something.
Athens. So Pineda in
The
Greece.
AK. Yeah, AK Athens.
Yeah, so and then you have Marcel Ruiz, Fernando Beltran, Eric Gutierrez, an ex-solid midfielder. He's coming from PSV.
That's PSV.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, he's an ex-solid midfielder. So when we are picking people, don't come and tell us, so we need to pick this and we need to pick that, because I'm telling you, you're going up against some good players. All right. So we can't be out.
You don't call Romo name yet?
I'm just gonna go to Luis Romo.
Still a midfielder.
I'm just pick out Luis Romo, defensive midfielder. He dominated the park in Jamaica. Dominated the park. I think he has 1,565 million passes. He bullied the entire game. Yes, so and you have Edson Alvarez.
Bully to win ahead to equalize as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
Edson Alvarez coming in back into the team as well. Yes, so the amount of players they do have. Arroyo, he's banned.
The midfield is very strong.
Arroyo from Barcelona, he might not be. I'm not sure if he's on a card or something. No eligible until June 30. Okay, so maybe something why he's not eligible, guys. All right, yes.
So he got carded, I believe, in the 2 games previous.
Okay. But that goes to show you guys, we have to pick with sense. We cannot just pick and just say, okay, we are pick and because we know 2 man and a friend thing and them stuff here. I don't think so. We have to pick with quality, because we have to compete with them because they have a good squad. You understand me? Yeah. You see where I come from, Jamaica Guna. So that's why I always want them pick based off. Not ready now. We want to make sure we can win this to go to at least have a contention to make a finals, you know? And we can learn more extra free friendlies, because that is important, you know. The free friendlies that we're going to get, you know. Because these are free, tough games, you know, to see what type of team we have, you know. You understand me? If we can pass Mexico.
True, very true.
And more money to go in the federation to fix the problems that we have. So I can't take it as this joke thing to say, yo, Ariton might be half good. So let me see if him toenail scratch him. You understand me? I can't do that. I know that. So
Araujo is not suspended.
He's not suspended. Okay.
Sorry.
So Lambert now, Lambert I'm worried about. I am worried about the CDM problems because Mexico dominates midfield. All right? So Mexico dominates midfield. So that's my biggest problem. I don't know how we're going to set up that midfield. I think we're going to lose.
So you think the coach would have to play with that reserve or withdrawn striker to help in that area, right?
Yes, man. There's no way we are going there with 4-4-2. Boy, if you go, if we go out there with 4-4-2, I'm very sorry, man. And it's gonna be very
Bro,
tough, you know.
I think we need to be playing. I think we need to be playing with three midfielders, bro. And the weird thing about this whole thing, JD, the weird thing about this whole thing, is that we're lacking in that department so bad. We don't have any defensive midfielder where we can say, this man plus one. And with playing against Mexico, chances are we're gonna need two defensive midfielders and one box to box.
Yeah, agreed.
That would be ideal. Yes. That would be ideal.
And we don't have the players and with the technical acumen to cut inside and be inverted. I help out the midfield. We don't have that player. Maybe Lambikisa are the only person maybe can do that.
Yeah, and he needs more time with the team.
The tactical news of some of our local players need to step up, bro, and that's down to coaching.
And we need more time. He needs more time with the team. So I think we should not be worried so much. Like, we should not pressure the coach so much in terms of this game to force a result. Because when we look at it, that the team need more time. You know, the coach just came in.
We need to get slapped, bro.
Yeah,
we can't use that when we're playing and becoming competitive. We have to be able to hold account for ourselves.
But be honest,
the nation can lose so and just it no consequences.
But big boss, more likely we are not going to go into that game as favorites. More likely, you know.
No, we're not going a game, bro. We qualify for the World Cup. Can't go against a side who qualify for the World Cup and go as a favorites.
No, I'm just trying to tell people, say, no care what we put on the field. We ain't going into those games as no favorites. So let me take that off our mind.
With them still are going as favorites because they have the reputation. They have actually gone on and done stuff significantly and won big stuff. So we are nowhere compared to them as it relates to only thing we work for the champion party and conk them on them head. But away from that, if they're bringing out if they're playing and they're playing their best players and we're playing our best players, them are going.
Yeah, so we have to just say it as it is, and hopefully we can construct something good and go there and try and get some of the. If we're gonna play 4-4-2, it's gonna end up exactly like how Shamar Nicholson scored a goal in the first game that we had against Mexico. That a ricochet from their defender bounced back to him, and then he just strike it one time in the back of the net. That's the only way we are going to have a chance if we go 4-4-2. I don't believe that 4-4-2 is good enough. You get me? We clearly saw that.
JD, do you put any emphasis on the fact that they won't have any fans? Do you think that will help us in any way?
Brother, them care about the fans. Them care about the fans. Football, them not play, you know. Them care about the fans. we always play with no fans. We always play in Jamaica with no fans. You get me? But them not care about the fans either. Me I tell you, them not care about the fans. When I'm listening to some of these guys, them I don't want to come out and play football. They want to prove, you know. Because remember, you know, the problem. Look at what you say. If the fans, all right, no problem. So Jason, the man them no want. When time the fans them come back, them can make the field. So what them have to do? Now win the game. For make sure them can make the next game for the fans. So them a play hard to get to the game with the fans.
I mean, I try finding the opening we can give it a, you know.
Yes, them a play hard.
Me see that as an advantage. And them not have the crowd there to build them, man, you know.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but to be honest, I think it's just tough. I think the fans might be a problem. Yes, that is true. But the way Mexico plays football, I don't see we just being good at football so fast to really stop them from playing in midfield and those stuff. I just don't see it happening. Remember, we struggled to hold Suriname in midfield with the ball, you know, for slow them down, you know. It takes two big tackle, big slap. And it was just Bessiswar alone, you know. You never had Cherry and those guys playing, you know. It was Bessiswar alone.
Based on that, can we know you're talk about Lambert tackle? Do we need to think about starting Lambert then in the game?
Of course, I think if Lambert plays him, I gonna start. If he comes in the squad, he's gonna start because who else we have? Unless we can have a John Russell, which he's not gonna know the game. He's not gonna know the team. It's gonna be his first game. So I think this is not. That's why I said at first give the man 7 games because I truly believe that this push everything together might not be the best method. You understand me? So I think we have to give him 7 games, before we really judge him. 7 games. So this and a few more if we get the
So you're counting, but you're not count like. Are you counting every game in the 7 or just the ones that have available? Everybody that you can pick on,
No, man.
like
We are calling it 2 man because he must set things. He must set things with these 2 games. Even though he told you that he wants to see players, he's still setting things. So when the next persons can come in, he can use those to educate them on what he wants. So those
metric.
2 games
Yeah,
are
yeah,
not
yeah.
counted. So for 2 games for Trinidad and 5 more games, I'm giving the coach. You get me? Yes.
That would
Shaman,
be
Shaman,
basically
we're gonna do the Suriname
Nations
game.
League.
Yeah, continue.
Nations League, then we play Guatemala, and then into the Gold Cup after that.
Yes. I will give him time to get him thing right. Because we can't just jump down. Because I think these players are good players, but if they win the game against Mexico, that would be great. But I am not really seeing it, and I hope it happens. But I'm not gonna come here and lie to you people. All right, I am not really seeing it. Because I think the midfield struggle that we have, Ravel Morrison does not look the best. Bobby Reed have to come in and play a ridiculous game. Mikel Antonio have to continue his recent form. Bobby Reed have to continue his recent form. Leon Bale have to find the form where he made have a couple of months ago, or a month ago. Yes. Jamal Lowe have to continue his form. Lambert have to be world class. And Ravel Morris have to do something. And Ethan Pinnock have to be defensive midfielder and centre back. Damian Lowe have to run up and down and put in 65 tackles. You understand me? Bella for overlap and swinging around 1,000 balls. You get me? So you have to go back to him wing back days and show him skill set. Javian Brown have to make sure him stay put and play discipline. You understand me? And Amal Knight have to be world class for the night for we get a win. You understand me? Yes, that's how it looks. And I'm telling you when the match starts, that's how it's going to look as well. But more likely, it still have a possible chance of it happening. You get me? Because Shamar Nicholson, he just ran down the ball and the ball bounced to him and he just slapped it. And that was the miracle for us to get a draw out of the World Cup qualifiers. But yeah, it will take one of those performances again because we have to face reality. All right, we can't put pressure on the coach based off what we have now for immediate results. I don't think it comes so fast. All right. Damien have to avoid the red cards. DJ, Oop and MX can really shut down Antonio. They can't shut down Antonio by himself, but they can put triangle traps around him. Because if they can push away our team, obviously Antonio alone will be there, and then they don't necessarily have to shut him down 1-on-1. Football is intelligence, ball kick 90. So you think they are not going to plan ways out to shut down Mikel Antonio? And that's how they're going to do it. And that's how they're gonna do it. They're gonna force your midfield back. So they're gonna isolate Mikel Antonio with 2 or 3 defenders. He's not gonna pass them.
Yeah, it's gonna be about isolating him. Yeah, they're just not gonna let him get 1-on-1.
Yes, simple. It's not hard. If we slope in our midfield, guys, Antonio has no chance. You get me? He has to score a goal like like Shamar Nicholson, which he can do it because he's faster and stronger than Shamar Nicholson. So
a goal like in El Salvador when
Yes.
he run down the entire
he has
flank.
to do something like that because our midfield. That's why we have a midfield, because we need the help. Midfield is to dictate the play as well. You cannot have 2 in midfield when you have 3 man aggressively, better passers than Trinidad, better passers than Suriname, and they are going to cause a problem. They are going to cause a problem. So, guys, he has a lot of work cut out. If he can pull off this victory and even look half decent, believe me, him win over everybody. If he can pull off that one. Drew Video said, JD, how do you compare Lambikisa to Bell and Brown? I'm surprised he didn't make this Mexico 11. He is in the squad. Look, is a rotatable squad. So you could easily take out Brown and put Lambikisa in it. And he's in the starting 11. Yes. But we just put that there to show people how much other players we do have to select from. You understand me? Yes. Mexico under some punishment. That's what, yes, because they always have this problem. I think they had the problem 3 times in 1 year. You know, sometimes the fans them can come up a little bit away, so they need to learn the hard way. Yeah. Well, it's not gonna be easy to shut Antonio. No, man, they are not. It's not gonna be easy. But sometimes in football, they don't shut down the player. Erling Haaland, what Arsenal did in the first half when City go back with their dodgy formation with their 3-2, their 3-2, no, their 3-2-2. That's five. That's 7 players. 3-1 system. They make sure to punish the midfield, press them high, so it suffocates the midfield behind it. You have to take Erling Haaland dropping deep to run 45-yard channels to get a shot on target. But obviously he's so good, that's why he can do that. Mikel Antonio can do the same thing, the same long runs, and be effective as Erling Haaland, just the same, because Mikel Antonio is equally as effective with those athleticism runs. He's that strong, fast as well. But Erling Haaland is a better finisher than Mikel Antonio by a super mile. 600,000 miles. You understand me? So that is the difference. And he's taller than Mikel Antonio by around 5 inches or so. Big up yourself, Reggae Commentary. How you doing, man? Hope all is well with you and the family. Yeah, man, we are good, man. We are good. We are good, man. Hope all is well with you and the family. So guys, we have to look at football different, and that's why sometimes we blame coaches wrongfully. You get me? Yes. But we are here to have that conversation. Yes. But Mikel Antonio will be a handful because he's big and strong. He thinks he's stronger than Erling Haaland, you know. And I wouldn't doubt him, you know. I wouldn't doubt him. He actually said he thinks he's stronger than Erling Haaland. So I don't know. I don't know how he said it out of his mouth. He's the strongest in the Premier League, you know. So I don't know. What say you guys? You think he's stronger than Erling Haaland? I think he's the strongest in the Premier League. He's definitely up there. You know, Traore is strong. I think Antonio is stronger than Traore. Yes, I think so. Yes, man. Antonio is stronger than Traore. Guys, Antonio is strong in a man. I think.
Traore.
Yes, man. He's stronger than Traore, man.
Right.
Yes, I think he's stronger than Traore.
I feel like I'm stronger than Traore. About it. Does Traore really bully? I'm using pace most times.
I'm using pace. So, and Mikel Antonio bully defender. Traore don't use that strength. So I think he's correct on that part.
Them more bully defenders more than Traore.
So Mikel Antonio bulldoze Van Dijk. Jamaican gonna miss Mikel Antonio bulldoze Van Dijk. Van Dijk and my boy in a one game. The same game we bet cranky on. Me see Mikel Antonio have Van Dijk and my boy again. And when name again? The next centre back, man. What the big one name, man? I forgot his name from Liverpool. Me see him bully both of them. Jamaican gonna bully them. Me see him have Diaz, the man every game takes it on Diaz. Anytime City play West Ham, Diaz cannot have a good game, guys. Diaz cannot have a good game. Mikel Antonio have defenders. We're afraid of him. We're afraid of him. You know? Yes. So I think he might be stronger than Alan. You know? He might be stronger than Alan, but I'm not 100% sure. I think Alan is very strong as well. Deceptively. Yeah. No, I think Mikel Antonio is stronger than Haaland, but it's not by far as what Mikel Antonio wants to tell people. You know, Canote, no, not Canote. The next one that was there from older, they bought him. Jason, what the next defender name, man, for Liverpool, man? Liverpool, Van Dijk and my boy, they will play better than even Van Dijk a lot of times, man. And him get the credit because him not coming in for a big deal. Matip, thank you, Matip. Yeah, man, him bully Matip and Van Dijk, man, over and over, man. Mikel Antonio bully every defender in the Premier League. Everyone. Diaz went on a run of around 1,000,000 games. Nobody not do him nothing. Him are the best centre back, and people rate him. And Mikel Antonio make them question how good Diaz is because he's a bicycle. Mikel Antonio score over Diaz, you know. Yes, says a bicycle. Michael Antonio score over there said after bullying him over and over. And when they hear so all I'm saying is to say this. Michael Antonio have some traits that is very much special, but I don't think he's as good. He's not a good finisher. He's not a good finisher. And maybe Jamaicans would think I'm mad because he scored some goal for Jamaica, which is ridiculous. But that is called spacing. If you give every professional footballer spacing, he's going to do some ridiculous thing, and we gave them a lot of spacing. Not comparing Antonio with Alan, but I would like to see Alan in a system like Mans. No man, if Antonio in City system, I told you Antonio scored 25 goals easy as well. I told you that from the start of the season. That's why I said that's why I said Haaland would have scored 100 goals when everybody else said he's not gonna do good. I said the man a game him score five goals if Pep not take him off. I had said that before the season started. I said the man are gonna score 5 goals and it down to Pep for take him off the field. Why him not gonna score 10 or 7 goals in one game? In one game, I had go back on my old videos, guys. When everybody talking about if Allah not gonna do this, I said, brother, we actually don't know what going on. Look at what Mikel Antonio do to the league. Even if he's not scoring, one year he was scoring, and the next year he was assisting Jared Bowen. Look at what he turned Jared Bowen in a superstar in one single season. You understand me? Pace and power is not something to ramp with, man. And Alan have everything. Pace, power, everything, finishing from every single angle. That man is talented, man, and he can read the game as well. Cherry don't need to bully defenders. Just bounce him off. Yeah, man. So we have good players, guys. We have good players. We have Liam Bailey as well. Don't count out Liam Bailey. And his good days, he can be a talent that you can compare to world class wingers. I never said he's world class, people. I said on his day, which is rare. Because I have to be honest to people. And he's young, so he might repeat those days more frequent in the future. All right, but I saw some games that he played that I said he can have some cameos that he can look like a world class player. You get me? Yes. I have not said he's a world-class player, I said he can have some moments that you think that he's a world-class player. You understand me? But after that, you wonder what happened to the player yesterday. You get me? Yes, so that is the inconsistency for Bailey is just ridiculous. You understand me? Yes, but he can look very, very good from time to time. I don't know what you guys say on the panel. And then we'll chop it off because I think we are going a little while, Cameo boss. Yeah, man. Bailey can. I don't think Small Knight can stop Mexico forward players. So who would you want in the team? Jamaican era. Who would you want in the team? Yeah, man. Yeah, the man said Bailey's a cameo boss. Jamaican Guna. What say you on that, the Jamaican Guna? You think Bailey's a cameo boss? Antonio can finish. He just out of form. No man, he scored a lot of goals and assists from over the last 8 games. So he's on his best form this season. Jamali better.
What do you mean by cameo?
No, they said Bailey's a cameo boss. So Bailey give you 2 minutes out of football in one game. I think he's world class on the next game. And then the next game.
At the end of the day, only Jamaican playing week in, week out at the toughest level, the best league in the world. So at the end of the day, can't anything wrong answer. Can Bailey is our representative in the top 5 leagues across the world. Only one that is doing it week in, week out. So we have to give him credit, regardless of what him alone will have up there. We don't have nobody in the top 5 league. Who is playing week in, week out. I know that there's another player that is registered to, but I don't think he's playing.
Okay.
Local is doing it on the international stage in the best league in the world, and he's week in, week out. So even if he have a bad day, or if he's a cameo, or is 1 minute or 2 minutes playing week in, week out, he's part of the first team squad, and representing the Jamaica flag. That is it.
Okay. Fair enough. So guys, we had given you 45 minutes, then we come and give you next one. Let me see if we gonna slap the 200 likes on the video, because when I play with the video from that day, the man a drop out some 3-hour gems, you know. And on the can't yeah, I know we did reach 200. You know what? Me done with them people here, man. Me give up. Me give up. People no big up on themselves. I style on the style channel again. Any other stream we do a 500 likes so on. A 500 I will now come back. That's how we are trying to deal, you know, from nowadays, you know, because we can't believe we are talking football and we're not 8 on the channel. Obviously, it's going to pass 200, but we want the 200 live, you know, so we go over and over and keep on improving the channel. But what I want to say, thanks to all the people who subscribe on this channel. We have an next channel, Imaxit, as well. I'm going to have a few work to do over there. In terms of the other regions, like 80 doing well, and a few other competitions to come up, because that's how we learn about football, guys. We have to keep on watching football. We can't just always there. So I talk about Jamaica every week. 2-man PP down the road, and we have to report it. Reggae Boyz PP down the road. No, I can't do that. It just Jamaican go now. I can't report to Reggae Boyz PP down the road. You understand me? Yeah, me can just do when the time sees fit, and I take it out to talk about somebody else, like a Haiti, a Mexico, United States, because you get to learn about the next team. Yeah, so Jamaica Guna and Jason Guna, given the final point, we could shut our show now. You look at the man them gone here. So alright guys. Jamaican Guna, give it.
Yeah, man, there. Yeah, just big up on the stuff. Me just want to say, hopefully we can go to Mexico, give a good account of ourselves. I am hoping that we can probably get a car there. You know, we bring out the best, and if they have a bad day and we have a good day, and you know, hopefully we can have a good account of ourselves and we don't get slapped in the sticker. And another broader spectrum now is looking at the local players. I think the local players, I think they didn't give a good account of themselves generally. I think, as we say, yeah, Foster, that was okay, and they had I think Whisper, which was okay as well, and they also had Anderson, who did okay as well. But generally speaking, considering that most of the squad were local based, I don't think the local based players gave a great account of themselves and basically put their foot in the door to be selected for the Mexico match. So I think there's a lot of improvement that has to be done there. I think the distance between both is in terms of the overseas is big, and I think so that is something that the local coaches, the local teams look within themselves and know that they have to improve dramatically in order to be in consideration for national team going forward. So that is all I'm saying. To close this up.
All
Big
right.
up on yourself, everybody, and enjoy the rest of the day, night, evening, morning.
Alright, respect guys, take care. Maybe soon the squad will drop and then we can dissect the squad as well. Alright, so take care for yourself, man, and thanks for the continued support. See you guys another time. So whenever the squad drop, we will jump in and do something. If we have other information, we jump in and do something, you know, but we'll try to stay on the side of realistic thoughts, you know. So massive respect, take care.